I think I'm about to say something stupid, y'all.
What's good? It's your boy OG, and this is the ILLogical podcast. I'm here with Jenya, Chris, Teasy, and my main man Youth, and we're about to get into some great topics today. Thank y'all for tuning in, and this is episode 1. Well, here we go. Well, technically it's episode 2, but this is episode 1 for y'all. All right, so.
First one, I got you on that.
Yeah. And the crazy part is the actual first one was epic. We did a great job in that kitchen, so. All right, so before anything gets started, we obviously need to address probably like the biggest social issue that's going on right now. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. So it's kind of weird to say that still, like Kobe. Like,
it doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
And I think that's important too, because part of being a legend and part of being like that great and that important to so many people's lives is like, and it matters if he's dead. Don't take this the wrong way, but it doesn't matter if you're dead or alive. You still getting the same type of love, the same type of respect. Your presence is still there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. You know, like I think a lot of us in the entertainment industry are striving for just that. You know, that after we die, pass, or whatever, it feels like it doesn't matter if we're here now.
We still live on.
Yeah, we still live on, and that's important. Rest in peace to him, to his daughter, to everybody that was on the plane or the helicopter, from the other players to the pilot. So we're not going to get into any conspiracy theories or anything crazy. We're just going to simply show love and talk about how important he was to us.
Shit.
Yeah. So for me, Kobe was my favorite basketball player ever. I still consider Jordan the GOAT. I still clarify that for all the arguments that we've had. But I saw part of Jordan's life, part of Jordan's game. I was blessed enough for my mother to let not only let me watch basketball and make sure I got to do it, but watch it with me. We saw both of the Utah Jazz series because she's from, she spent a lot of her childhood in Utah, so she was rooting for them. And of course, I'm rooting for Jordan. So I got to see a good, good moments, great moments from Jordan, but I got to see Kobe's whole career.
Yeah, we watched that whole
20 years, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing about it, is like, all right, when we never had one of the GOATs and like an athletic GOAT pass like this, pass the way he did, and then pass when he's just 40, where he's ready to transition to his next career.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's too soon, but you understand it too, because Kobe was, just like when Nipsey died, certain people you understand when they die early, because like, they finished their work was completed. He did his 20 years in the NBA, moved on, and then for all of the crazy accusations they had on him, at the end of the day, that man he respected women.
Yeah.
All he had was girls. He had, took care of his wife, he had 4 daughters. You saw the type of father he was, so.
Yeah. And I think that's a good point to highlight, is like, leading by example. Like Nipsey, Kobe, I mean, among others, we're going to talk about them because they passed recently, and their deaths have been so critical to our culture and stuff like that.
It's a good comparison, by
the
way.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's a great comparison. Yeah. But they led by example. So it's not about the next, it's not just about, he was about to start this next transition of his career. He led that way the entire time he was in the NBA. Every time we watched Kobe, it was like, y'all work hard, give it your best, because guess what? That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And this crazy stories that you hear about him being in that gym at 3 a.m. During the Olympic run, and the other players don't even wake up until 8, 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
He got them on it.
Yeah, exactly. Had everybody else, that's important. And what really is special is the respect from your peers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see, you can see crazy stories about, like, the one that Lou Will told about how he took the the shoes back and told them that they were too soft to wear the Kobe's after the Portland game. But
he told dudes, don't none of y'all bother stretching. I ain't passing none of y'all.
Yeah, he told Kwame, scored 81 that game. Yeah, you know, those are also stories that are like shows like he's a true leader. You know what I'm saying? Like he's only expecting what he expects of himself. And
it's funny that when you're alive, you an asshole, but when you in death, it's you was great. You had the spirit of a champion. That's what it took. It's funny how sometimes we get on people when they're alive about their crazy ways or methods to get success. Yeah. But then when they're gone, you're like, damn, that's the difference between them and me and why I'm not where they at.
Exactly.
They so obsessed with their passion. You know?
I think he can relate with me and our relationship as well a little bit with that. Like there's times where I'm sure he thinks I'm a dick and he thinks that I
don't think that.
He thinks that maybe I'm an OD sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I am. But it's only because I want the best for me and, you know, for him and for like, you know, our brand and everything that we've built. You know, I hold him to the same expectations I hold myself. And I don't mean that just in music. Yeah. He's one of the most talented musicians I've ever come across. So I don't even doubt that.
Roses.
But
except your roses, man.
Yeah. It's difficult, but
yeah. And but I push him that in his personal life too. Yeah. You know, he's talked to me, and I hope I'm not crossing any boundaries, but he's talked to me about, you know, him dealing with depression or anxiety, and you know, all I've done since then is try to find every way I can to help him with that, because he can't help me or himself or his family unless he starts fixing some of these issues. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. You can do walk the footsteps, but if your heart's not in it, it feels different. You know what I'm saying?
It's like going to the gym. Sometimes you need that partner to kind of keep you motivated. Like, what you doing, man? Get your ass up.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, especially with that, with the depression and stuff. Yeah. We don't really feel like we can just. That's a sign of weakness, and who's raised to feel like that and believe that. So
being a man is being strong and sucking it all up, and it's
not
like
healthy at all.
It's not, and it doesn't help. It really doesn't. Like, and then like you said about the person pushing you in the gym, the 10 reps that you don't feel, that doesn't get you stronger. It's the 11th rep where you can barely push it up. That's where you're getting stronger, and people don't understand that. Yeah. They go in the gym and they go through the repetitions, but they're not pushing themselves. You know, you gotta push it with, even if you push to failure and you don't get that, that's what's because it's pushing you mentally and it's physically making you stronger. True. So I think a lot of people miss that. And you know, like I was talking about, for him, I just want the best for him. You know what I'm saying? And I think Kobe really was like, yo, I want the best for y'all. Because if my teammates are the best, and I'm already Kobe,
Can't nobody
fuck with us.
But you know, to add to that point real quick, about just pushing each other and all that stuff, we all got issues, right? So like something like, okay, depression, you got him, y'all being there for each other, whatever. Yeah. Like this podcast for me, what it would be is more like, because you know I admit that I'm an introvert. I have no shame in it. I'm proud of it, love it. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, I do at my age now, I do kind of be like, okay, sometimes, and then seeing certain people die and different things, I'm like, I'm not working to my full potential, and sometimes this situation and us working together, I feel like that kind of pushes me too on a different, not on the music part, but because we all got our self-motivation about that, but this also pushes me to do other things also, like what other time I'm wasting. Like nowadays when I go to a 24-hour day, I'm constantly looking at the time, worried about time. Like if I waste a couple hours, I get anxiety from like, damn, I wasted some hours that I could have did something with.
And it's okay to rest. It's okay to rest and have those hours off, but it's also not okay to waste them. Yeah. Like, so if you're resting, rest and embrace that rest and do everything you can so you can rejuvenate and get your head right. But if you're sitting over here bullshitting, and I do it too, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, and I'm not even being productive on there. I'm not promoting anything. I'm not connecting with the people I need to connect. Or I'm just reading timelines and just arguing with people that do not matter. We just had this conversation. My block button and my unfriend button this year has been wild. I've been going through my time.
I use snooze now. I don't block people no more. If you get snooze 3 times, then I block you.
Oh no. I have put a few people on snooze. I have put a few people on snooze because I do like them. And sometimes they just do. But there's some people that I have no ties to them. I have nothing. We're just friends on Facebook, and so we're just not even. I wouldn't even say friends. We're people on Facebook that happen to be in, on the same pages and come across each other's
Share same
algorithms.
Recommended friend.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
one day,
Yeah, somebody, and they'll say something, and I don't even think about it anymore. Delete. Bye. You know what I'm saying?
If you read any business book, especially any modern business book, like people in their 20s and 30s doing business now,
Yeah.
they'll all tell you the same thing about social media. Like, don't be afraid to eliminate anything negative, anything that you scroll past and you see it and it doesn't make you feel any type of motivation or happiness.
Yeah.
Get rid of that shit because you're not gonna be good
disrespectful. That's
or
what I'm
consistent
like.
in your business if you're constantly being brought down by that energy.
Yeah. And it's not all of it's like bad, negative stuff. It's just some stuff is just like, why? Like literally, like like why?
It's an intellect competition too. We all trying to get our point across, and then it's always somebody who comes along to try to shit on your point, like your point ain't nothing.
Yes.
And they really don't have no. It's like where.
And I'm guilty of it too. I'm guilty of it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not.
But we work on ourselves as in my social media career. I've learned to calm down a little bit, and you know what I'm saying?
And listen to people's other side.
Yeah, even if I feel like a stupid,
because I do want to learn,
Yeah.
and I think that was my problem. Younger, I didn't want to learn. I thought I knew it all, and I was like, "Fuck your opinion. I'm OG. I'm Will. I'm whoever. You can't tell me shit." You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, actually, no. Tell me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And he's somebody that has taught me a lot in my life. He's like an older brother to me.
You need those.
So yeah, and I wish I knew some of the stuff that he knew. And not even that. I wish I had the research ability that he has. I don't have that. So I'll literally hit him up and be like, "Yo, can you please look this up for me?" Because I can't, like my mental state, I can't do it sometimes. And he's great for that. So yeah. So anybody out there, don't feel bad about hitting that delete button. If they were your friend in real life, they'll still be your friend in real life.
But hold on, real quick, back when we get to the next jump. Let's tie this back to Kobe.
Yes, go.
With the mental health thing,
Yeah.
Kobe's death also, and he's still inspiring people through death. Because even if you got anxiety, you got depression, you got bipolar, you're an introvert, you're an extrovert, you can look at Kobe's death and look at the mentality in which he attacked life.
Yep.
You can kind of, try to compartmentalize and figure out, okay, I can attack life in this area. I know I go through these things, so let me counteract this with that, or let me, I personally learn how to do that.
That's exactly what you got to do. Like, I literally just started lifting weights again the other day. Cause,
they say that helps exercise.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, anxiety is, exercise for anxiety
and
is like,
just because of Kobe, too, it's just like, Kobe was just like on some no weak mentality.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
get
like,
that weak shit right.
You feel
he
what I'm
despised
saying?
weakness.
And again, a weakness isn't expressing your vulnerabilities. It's noticing your vulnerabilities and working on them.
Yeah, somebody don't do that. If you know what you're going, okay, I got an eating problem, or I got a drinking problem, and you're not putting no effort into it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's gonna fuck with it.
Well, he said growing up in high school, I saw an interview he did a while ago, and he wasn't on the top 50 list for high school players.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole summer, he's playing all of these people, and he never played to his strengths. He played to his weaknesses. So he could overcome those weaknesses, and now they become strengths.
Gotcha.
And there's a game that displays that later on in his career. He hurt his right shoulder. He's a right-handed shooter. Started shooting left hand in that game because he couldn't shoot right-handed because he had a shoulder injury, and was giving dude buckets. Dude was like, came out, he said, "Kobe, you're not even left-handed." He said, "Hold on, you thought I've been playing basketball this long and I didn't learn how to shoot with my left?" Like, that's crazy. That's a whole nother level of dedication and
you're obsessed.
And I think the greatest people, I just saw a post about this. It says like 81% of independent musicians or artists, have mental health issues.
It's not therapy. That's why.
That makes sense though.
But
that's
I
why
think
I
you have
started
to
rapping, yo, for real.
You have to be a little crazy to step outside the box and say,
You gotta be insane.
and you have to be a little bit cuckoo. I am. I'm super cuckoo. I got a lot of issues, but a lot of my issues come from being boxed in and being told what I can and can't do when I know what I'm capable of doing. And so it doesn't surprise me that statistics up there, because you got to be a little crazy to do some of the stuff we do.
Real quick, I want to ask you about too. Speaking like people telling you boxing you win, and then you feeling like, I know what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
And then actually having some success with that with Kareem and Waterbill, because one thing you got to, people got to give you.
Yeah.
you know how to make certain songs that's gonna hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if they don't like, you know what I'm saying, everybody not gonna like everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But
absolutely.
you know what I'm saying, I do commend you on the fact that even if somebody wanted to hate on you or take something away from you or box you in, whatever,
Yeah.
you put on those 2 songs, you know what I'm saying, it's automatic, okay, you know what I'm saying, he
Yeah.
know what he's doing.
Well,
Sour power.
How did that feel when you once you got some success in it, and then same people that might have been boxing you in, doubting you like, yeah, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I told y'all.
I got past trying to prove anything to anybody a long time ago. I've always done music for me, and I don't mean like just for me to listen to. I mean like I don't. So, and we're gonna talk about this later, probably when we get to the Drake convo, and we're gonna have to transition right into that. But make music that I make music that is fun, and I don't mean like is always bouncy, happy water bill. You know, it's fun to make.
Yeah.
We have, if you will hear it.
I know that shit.
You know, me and him have a project, and you see different versatility, and you see lyrics, and you see different things, but it was the whole. We're scared to end the process because we're like,
going that good, right?
The whole
and
process.
you don't know when the next time. You don't want to stop that and then be like, we gotta catch another wave like that.
I know how it feels. You know, when you finish something really good or something that you're really proud of.
Yeah.
And like, I listen to the songs in the car. Like, I'll make a song. I really, really like the song, and I'll miss the moment when I didn't know the words yet.
Yeah.
When I was just going
Creating
through a melody,
an
like
idea.
like the feeling when that shit clicked.
All of it worked.
You can't make that shit up, and you can't bring it back once it's gone. So it's like it's kind of
Big-
scary. Like,
Yeah.
when you get to the end.
That's why you keep going.
Yeah, you gotta keep
It's like
making
making beats, yeah. When you get in the like you make beats, right?
Yeah.
So when you get in the groove and rhythm of making beats, and you know what I'm saying, the 4 or 5 days you still cranking them out, and you ain't got no blocks.
Yeah.
You scared to stop because you're like,
You
if I
don't
stop,
wanna
I don't
stop.
know. I'm trying to tell my girl like, yeah, I want to chill, want to go out certain things, but sometimes it's like, yo, I gotta stay locked in because I don't know, and this is therapeutic. Like I might not even be selling the beat, but I gotta get this off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I went through that just this weekend, Super Bowl weekend. I recorded our last song for the album on Super Bowl night.
Right after the game.
I tried to do it the day before, and I realized, he's got family, so we couldn't schedule it.
Yeah.
But and he understands me. He understands me better than anybody, especially when it comes to music.
Right.
I'm bugging him Saturday night, like from 4 o'clock to the time I got off. Hey, yo, we gonna do this? Yo, can I come through? He was like, bro, I got my kid, my wife's not here. I gotta take care of my kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, yo, don't worry about it. I'll record myself. Just put me in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got it because I'm in that zone, and there are times I've created these beautiful songs in my head.
Right.
And in the my house or wherever I'm at, and then when I go to the studio days later, the vibe's off. We did it. We had a song that we did, and when I rapped it for him the first time when I first created it, we was in that bitch hype. Like, this joint is
I
crazy.
still got the video.
It
was in my living
and then
room.
when I recorded it, I wasn't in that mode anymore.
Never captured it.
And I never captured that. And I'm not saying it would never come back or it could never come back.
It's not like the first time.
But it's not when you're in that moment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
it was an orchestra song.
yeah. And going back to the success thing, it means nothing to me. Like it literally means nothing. I love hearing myself on the radio. That's a childhood thing that my foster dad at one point told me I would never be a rapper. He told me, he hated Eminem. He said I'd never be Eminem. I'd never be this. So that did give me motivation at one point.
Back then, yeah.
Back then,
When
but
you
that,
get
that doesn't give me motivation anymore.
That's what's up. At least you don't take that to get you.
Yeah, it doesn't. The people that give me motivation are y'all. The people that love me, the people that support me, the people that only push me to do better, and not because they want me to prove anything, but because they know they're Kobe. They know I can be better, and they hear a song and they're like, I like it, but I this is what I don't like. And sometimes I listen, sometimes I don't. I'm gonna always trust myself at the end of the day with the music. We just had a moment like that in the studio, but the success doesn't mean anything because I haven't even seen what I think I'm even a tenth of capable of doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it gotta feel rewarding knowing that I can make a song, I can come up with an idea, make a song, and I can get it to the radio. I can get people attention. It gotta feel.
Oh yeah. Oh, it feels that part feels amazing. But that's what you talk about the people, the people. The success is nothing without the people. Yeah. I don't care if I sell 10 million records because if nobody's playing it in their car and nobody's vibing with it. Nobody's like, yo, I gotta listen to this. That means that, you know, I'm getting chills thinking about it right now, like real shit. You know, like that's what means something to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the first time I had people listening to my music, and I really remember the moment being Broad Street Elite, the Shaco, the Shore Pump. You know, that was a long time ago. Yeah.
Not Twisters. What was it? Not Nancy. Not.
Strange Matter.
Strange Matter.
Yeah.
Oh, the place was turned when you did that.
Yeah, and those
was
moments capture it for me. And that goes back to, I'm going to reference Drake again, when he had the speech last year, said, cool for the award, but y'all don't speak for us. The people speak for us. That's important to me. I could have, like I said, 100 million records sold. If a person's not playing them, and when I refer to that,
Eminem is a perfect example.
He sells 1 million records, but I listen every day, and I hear cars come by, play music by my store every day. Never heard it. And I'm not saying this is the area to hear it either. There's different demographics. I'm not saying that. Yeah. But
this is 100% the area.
I'm just saying.
I expected it to be. I was surprised when you said it's not.
No. But what I have heard lately, Lil Wayne's new album, which is a good feeling for me.
You can hear Wayne.
Because well, you know, it's been a while since I really heard Wayne bump like that.
Yeah.
It's fire.
He got some songs.
He deserves my attention.
I've heard a couple tracks.
I've heard the Yo Gotti, and there's somebody else that I've heard a lot of lately, and they were just playing it earlier, but I can't remember.
Is stupid.
But yeah, so I hear these songs and I'm like, okay, that's the feeling I want, because I want somebody in the store one day to be sitting here and they hear my shit, you know, and that's important to me. I could do without any accolades, any of the awards, if I know people are actually listening to my music, and they are, you know, that's important. Like last week, somebody was in Cali at the Nipsey Hussle Memorial playing Kareem. Like that's important, you know what I'm saying? That's important. Like that shit is like, yo, and I want that for him. We've had these conversations, you know, like he's very hesitant lately to put out music. He has a lot, you know, self-doubt. I'm not trying to talk for you.
No.
Yeah,
most artists got perfectionist syndrome.
No,
here's.
Go ahead.
And I'll say it publicly because I know I'm old enough to not care what people think of me.
Yeah.
Right.
So at this point, I got to a certain point where I'm not only a perfectionist. I feel like the body of work I put together was indeed perfect, and I watched two albums I put heart and soul, stories about my mother, stories about my household, my life,
about
and what
God.
I was going through, about God, like everything I had in me, I put into this music, and I watched two of them go down the drain because people couldn't get behind me. People that I grew up with, people who are friends of mine that have never been to a show.
Gotcha.
Like eventually, I made this whole album. I moved to Atlanta. I finished the album in 2 months. I was so inspired by Atlanta, bro. As soon as I got there, the first week I was there, I got there on a Sunday. That Tuesday night, I went to an open mic, random ass open mic.
Got love.
At least 300 people in that jump. Yeah. Nobody came to see nobody in particular. This was 300 people that was just there to
for
just
music.
hear music.
Yeah, for music.
They just wanted to hear music.
And that's a different vibe when you're in a city, in an environment like that. But continue like that.
I immediately, I could not stop. When I was just in every single day, I was recording or making a beat or both. It was every single day. 2 months later, I got a whole album together.
Which one is this? 25 or Found
This is Young Charlie.
Charlie. Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm sitting on it. I'm like, yo, this thing is ready to go, and this is gonna change my life. And then my old label, they started fumbling around. I was like, this is not the feeling I was looking for. I want you to be excited like me. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like I know what I'm gonna get from my friends and family. I know what I'm gonna get out of the public, and I'm just like,
You lost faith?
I lost faith, and I'm just like,
this
is doing as much good on my computer as it is in the world, and if that's the case, I keep it to myself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, look, man, you gotta make music for therapy and just send it to the people who need it.
If you get the album before me, I'm fighting all of y'all. I'm fighting all of y'all.
Look, I'm talking about Judge. I need to go get your old shit.
And then we put in the midst of my dive into darkness, here comes this guy. You won't leave me the hell alone. And he's like, yo, we gotta do a project together. We have to. And I'm like,
hold on, but this is after you did my project.
This is after we finished your project.
We finished ILLogical.
Well, doing your project was easier because, this is your stuff.
Oh, you did ILLogical?
Yeah, he recorded every song besides two.
except for the Kareem
and Billie Jean.
And Billie Jean.
I didn't realize that.
And yeah, we worked on his project. We did a song together, and he was like, "Let's do a project together." And
we did 5 songs together on my album.
Oh, yeah.
I told him when I came to y'all show one time. Y'all probably already had this in play or whatever, but I came to a showcase or whatever, seen y'all on the stage, and I'm like, damn, like, yo, y'all should make a, you know what I'm saying? I hit him up, like, yo, y'all should make a jump. And he was like, yeah, we already on it. I guess he probably already had the same type of mind thing.
Well, what happened was ILLogical did very well numbers wise. And the label I was with at that time, I still respect them. But me and him, the head of that label, just had a conversation about this, about us being very similar. And that was kind of what led me to start my own label. He inspired me because I'm like, okay, not that if you can do it, I can do it, but if you can do it, I can do it too. And I want to do it. And I also have people I need to feed, and I have that are under my wing. And I don't mean you being under my wing or anything, but like, yo, you're my brother, and I gotta make sure you eat too. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure people see what I see.
Yeah.
And I do believe in them. I believe in him a lot. Like I think I believe in him more at this point, than he does in himself.
That's why you need somebody like that to believe in you. But what you was just saying.
It was.
You was just saying people. You know what I'm saying? People getting certain people to come out and support you. It's a third.
That was really God. Like at kind of like my lowest musical point is like, cause then you start having this identity crisis, and it's like I've been me, this version of me since I was 15 years old. If I stop now, who am I? Like, who's left in there? I've never known anyone else.
And you ain't fuck around and drop some shit that'll change your life 2 years from now.
Right.
But you gotta keep going.
You gotta keep moving, and that was like it. You can believe in the universe, God. You can call it whatever you want to call it.
Basically now you got a catalog. So when people do discover you drop some, the next shit to take off, people just go like, oh shit, you got something else they can go back to. And your real fans will be like, shit, you ain't know about 25. You won't bump at 25. You are happy when you have people like that. The purists.
That's what I want the assholes that want to go back to like, yo, you don't know nothing about him. I've been on that since back.
What you know about that?
You don't know nothing about you, bro.
And so we were making the legal, and I'm always put my team on my shit. You know, now I'm starting to get, cause like we're getting to the point where we're finished the album. I've expanded and I've worked with other people, and we brought a couple people onto our album as well.
Verse-wise, feature.
Verses, hooks, you know, singers. Shit, we got Cakes on there doing one word. like, you know what I'm saying? She's just saying bitch during the hook. Yeah. And that's why I love Cakes. She's done it more than once, so I'll get to that story later. But so we did the album, and he's on like 4 or 5 songs on my album. You know, it's kind of like a Raekwon and Ghost thing, where it's like, you know, it's almost like a collab album as is. And people love it. Like, they're like, yo, y'all, it's something about y'all's
the chemistry.
The not just the chemistry, it's the contrast. Like,
the
contrast making it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are different, but y'all the difference makes it even better. And
you killed one verse, bro. It was a feature you was on.
Who, me?
Yeah, you was on a feature. I think it was on one of your videos. You uploaded some shit on Instagram the other day, and it was a verse I really wasn't familiar with.
Oh, it's I think it's from my YouTube promo thing.
It was something.
Yeah,
you killed that bitch.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I can really rap, and I'm not even trying to brag.
You was aggressively rapping. Like,
people don't understand that. Like, when I want to go there, I can go there, and I've gone there a lot lately. And I've gone there on our album.
I feel like you have to, man.
Yeah, you gotta talk your shit, because you know, so you got, like I said, people trying to box you in.
Yeah, they try to they want me to be a hit maker, and I'm that. I'll tell you that. I love making hits. I love making bops. I love making something that's gonna stay in your head.
That's a good
no matter how many times you listen to it. Yeah, and I'm great at that. But I can rap, man. Like, I don't care what nobody says. I got bars, and I got. And the thing is, I got an interesting way of looking at beats and rapping on beats. I don't rap like anybody, and it's not even just because by choice. I can't. I don't know if it's I'm not talented enough, or I just don't have the rhythm. You know, I can't do the triple flows and
the ego shit.
Yeah, I can't do shit like that. But I find these pockets and I find these flows that are unique and they're crazy. And lately I've been going crazy. I've been going stupid. And
Chris was about to say something. Once you get done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say back to you said something about the contrast.
Yeah.
Like, especially live, like not comparing y'all to like Outkast, but like how like Big Boy and Andre are 2 completely different.
No, we often say we're the new Outkast. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel that
In the
like
house, we say that.
Oh, no, he says in the house. I said to whoever's listening. So you might not have heard me, but I've said it a bunch of times. Yeah.
That's the contract y'all talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
saying,
Yeah, I'll say it out loud.
I'll say it in the house.
I mean, and we're gonna get off of us because I don't want to spend too much time keep talking about us. But I will put this new album. It's called All Things Considered, our collab album, against anything. And I don't mean anybody in Richmond. I mean any album that comes out in the next 2-3 years or ever. You gotta mention. You're gonna mention our album. So
y'all are at the point where it just takes the right person hearing it. It takes the right, like, as far as quality. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure
it's just funny
like,
because
that's
sometimes
what you
we do
are.
feel crazy. You know, we're sitting. All right, and we back. You know what I'm saying? We had a little smoke break. So let's hop into a new topic right now.
Hold on, before you do that,
Let me make sure my sound is good.
I'm not getting hold on. There we go.
All right, we're back, and so we're gonna hop into a new topic. Something that I've wanted to talk about for a while, actually. Let's go to this Justin Bieber and JT thing, and we're going way left right now, so y'all try to keep up. So there's a how do I say it? A conundrum, a hot topic of Justin Timberlake and Justin Bieber using black people, you know, to be relevant, So
R&B and rappers
and hip hop, yeah. Black culture. Let's not say black people. Let's say black culture.
Pass that whenever you're ready. Bro.
All right. So go ahead. No, go ahead and start us off. Tell us your opinion, because I think I'm actually gonna have for once a different opinion than what y'all expect.
I'm not gonna attack Justin Bieber or Justin Timberlake individually. I'm gonna go back even further.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack Pink.
Okay.
Pink came into the game, haircut all buzz on the side, singing R&B music, sound like Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
And as soon as she sold 1 million records, she had a fucking band and was playing rock music all of a sudden.
Okay.
Remember the first video? It was real R&B-ish. She had her hair cut. She looked like a red
Bro,
bone.
Family Portrait, straight up R&B song, bro.
Okay.
Like, Pink was a moment for me at one point.
I love Pink. I mean, I don't enjoy her as much anymore.
I feel like she
Yeah.
disrespected.
Yeah.
Right around
I feel like
puberty.
she definitely finessed. She finessed her way into a situation, and then when she got where she was going, she went against everything she believed in. And that there's a reason why I fault Pink more than a person like Miley Cyrus. Because Miley Cyrus, since the beginning of Miley Cyrus's career, no, you can't fault Miley Cyrus because since the beginning of her career, she's been a puppet. You knew she was a puppet when she came in.
Okay.
You knew she was going to do puppet shit afterwards. So when she does puppet things,
She do acts, yeah.
you expected it.
Okay.
She started her whole career literally playing a character.
So then I'm shooting. That's my bail. That's what I'm shooting bail for Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber has been
I'll give you that.
and not only that has he been a puppet. He's been somebody that people have cashed in on since YouTube started.
Yeah.
They saw an opportunity and they took it. And we got to stop blaming just the artists. The gatekeepers in these communities are the ones that are pushing this. Isn't he signed to Usher?
I was gonna say, is it Usher's fault?
Usher gets most of the flack from me. Like,
no. Justin Bieber. I feel different from Justin Timberlake than I do about Justin Bieber though.
Okay, so hold on. Let me finish this with Justin Bieber real quick, and then I'm gonna get on the Justin Timberlake topic because that changes my views a little bit as well. And I'm gonna give you some unique views, and I'm not shooting anybody bail. At the end of the day, if you can feel a culture vulture, you can feel it, and that's what it is. You know. But Justin Bieber, since he's been 12, 13 years old, people have been controlling this kid's life, telling him what to do, what's cool, how to do it, pushing him, putting the money behind him to do it. And then every time that he makes a mistake as a young kid, they throw him to the wolves. They bail on him, and they treat him like shit, and they make him tabloids, and then he has to somehow bring all these pieces back together. And of course he goes back to what he knows. He's signed to Usher. All the producers that he works with are black. They're the ones that support his music the most, as far as like that aspect of creating it, not pushing it. And I feel like he's lost. I'm sorry. Not even do I feel like he lost. You can see he's lost. He don't know what that Yummy song is like a prime example of just somebody just not knowing what the fuck is to do. Like y'all love me when I do good music. I make a song like Chris Brown would make, and then I get crucified. Now, granted, the song's not good. It's catchy in an annoying sense, not in a sense that I want to hear it again. That when I hear it, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta listen. I gotta get this shit stuck in my head for like 10 hours now. But and he definitely followed up the Purpose album, which was fucking amazing, with the shitty ass follow up. Is a horrible follow up.
But he gave 2 good albums back to back though.
I'm not saying, and I'm not disagreeing with that, but you got to go back to like these people, these musicians are still people. You can't sit here and constantly push a kid as a black male being Usher. Do this music, do this. This is what sells. This I'm gonna give you the formula.
Oh, you saying like when shit go wrong, Usher's never some of the people.
Usher's not there for any of it.
I forgot that was his boss. I forgot that he signed them.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I ain't even think about that.
Yeah, that's horrible to me.
I do also. I think a lot of resistance do come from not just that, but I think it got to be a serious moment. I know he admitted to it and he acknowledged it, and you can't bash him and hold it over his head forever or whatever. So I don't feel like he's no. I don't feel like
you
he's
talk
no
about
racist.
when he's saying the N word.
Yeah, he was saying. I think that's
and
like
then
a dark
he had
cloud
the
over
N
his
word
head.
jokes as well.
Yeah,
and that's not. And again,
I think that's what. It
but no, and I agree. But again, it goes to who's
that happened before.
guiding this man.
Yeah.
You know who's in his circle, not educating him. Why? And I get it.
Give his life to God. With his new girlfriend.
I believe so. Yeah, but these are videos from when he was 15, 13 years old. You know what I'm saying? We got to put some blame, and I'm not taking all the blame away from him, but it goes back to a lot of things that go on today. Where are the parents?
He was there holding the camera. He was singing that song.
Well, I was gonna say because if Justin Bieber was a regular 12 or 13-year-old kid, he would never be even. It wouldn't even be a question to question him now as an adult male
because
about the videos from when he was 13. Because like if it was my 13-year-old son that said some wild shit on the camera when he was 13, now he's 25.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect anyone to hold that child accountable for that action.
Right. But he gotta also acknowledge it in a more, not in the Instagram post. You gotta kind of have like, I feel like a lot of times.
I don't think he needs to acknowledge it to us at all. I think he needs to go to therapy.
Now, I think it would help his career if he sat down with if he sat down with somebody with some credibility, it would never happen. Let's say a Joe Budden or somebody would hold him accountable, and he just went there and said, "Yeah, I made a mistake when I was younger."
I agree.
I think we like them human moments where we see you acknowledge your mistake.
But again, now we're in the internet age. I don't think that anybody would believe him.
Now, I mean, because you can't hold it over his head anyway. I just think he gotta acknowledge it.
Well, we give him that, and then we allow Eminem to do it.
Eminem ain't never said nigga.
What?
Oh yeah, he did.
got a whole song about black bitches.
No. What did he say in that song? Did he ever say the N word?
I don't think he said the N word. He's talking about black bitches, which we can argue that that's just as bad as the N word, especially nowadays. Yeah. You know, okay. So and Nick Cannon, I thought honestly I did, and I still, to me it did, because out of all the diss songs, N doesn't gotta respond to Nick Cannon. You need to say something about that. You can't just keep ignoring it.
Like no racist in it. I ain't look at him like a racist or anything like.
I did. I mean, he literally on a song saying, I fuck black bitches. You know, white women do it better. You know that's racist, man. Like, and I don't. So
you think he's really racist?
No, that was racist though.
Oh yeah,
I don't think Justin Bieber's racist.
Exactly, it was just a moment.
I think that he's confused. And I think that he's had people in his life, and the people that should be guiding him and giving him positivity and teaching him things. Like, all right, for example, in my education as a white male about black culture wasn't always where you see me now. There's people like Chantel, Miss Proper, Anthony, his name is Anthony Daly, and I have a old head named Big Mac that not only acknowledged some of my ignorance, but didn't hold it against me. And then educated me, and still hold me accountable. Right. That's important. Usher should be doing that, or these black producers, or these people who eat off of this kid, and then when he fucks up, or they bring up the shit, nobody's there to defend him or guide him or anything. That's fucked up to me, and that speaks more about those people to me than we'll ever speak about Justin Bieber because he is clearly lost. You know, he has no Chantel. I keep calling Chantel, but Miss Proper will see something I post, and if it's good, like something she really like appreciates as a black woman or a black person, she acknowledges that to me. She says, "You know what, Will? I'm really appreciative that you would go out your way and do that." And then if it's the opposite, she goes, "Come on, man." You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I agree with her and be like, "You know what? You're right. I can get why it would be upsetting to you." Or sometimes I stand on it because I'm a man still, and there's some things I still stand on.
You feel like, yo, I know what I am.
Exactly. And you know, I have discussions with him. We put it in a group chat where we talk about like, am I doing too much right here? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, is this joke actually funny? You know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel about the pictures I've been taking with it. If I do it too.
Yeah. You know, and you gotta hold yourself accountable. But I haven't been in the type of people haven't been eating off of me like they've been eating off of JB. Now, I'm gonna let that topic die down and let people decide on their own because I'm not gonna sit here and try to convince people.
That was my only problem with Justin Bieber. It was just that the fact that he never came out and I could see his face. I want to look you in your face while you're talking about it and be my own judge by how authentic you is with that situation. I don't really care about.
I wouldn't believe it until he gets the education, and because
it's hard for me to believe that man. He got a lot of rich friends and stuff. I'm pretty sure you can call up Drake and different people and have conversations like, yo, why did they read into this like this? Why did, you know what I'm saying? You would think he got somebody. Kanye's out there, the Kardashians and shit. I mean, they experts at that type of shit.
I agree. I agree. If you want to.
So you must not want to.
No, hold on. And if the people who are eating off of you and paying you are pushing you to do so, push me. You know, there was a time where I said racism still didn't exist in America anymore because I'm not racist. You know what I'm saying? I said that to her, and she was hurt. And Anthony, he's a little bit older than me, and Twist was in the room. We had this conversation, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because in this is, I guess we're going to go to.
Say the same thing.
We're going to go to this point right now, I guess, since we're here. There's a lot of white people out here that have that same belief because they're not racist. And then they say it, and then they get killed because they're not educated, and nobody cares about them enough to educate them. And then it does become sensitive. Yeah, like I'm not racist, but and then you feel like, oh now he's defending himself. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's funny? I can almost kind of identify with that, your struggle with that. If I look at it like if I was to say something that might sound ignorant about a female. My perspective as a man, I might feel like something strongly about something from a man's point of view. Yep. And a female be like, oh, you're a chauvinist in the third. And like, whoa, I'm not like that. I love women. You know what I'm saying?
I got nothing but respect.
And I thought like, damn, this must how it feel. Must be how it feels when black people jump on a white person. It's not racist.
It's literally
but,
everything.
You know what I'm saying? They might feel the same. Like, whoa.
It comes full circle, man. Yeah, it really does. And
I do try to.
And I don't feel like that anymore because honestly. I can honestly say I'm one of the most outspoken white people about injustice.
On my timeline.
About white privilege, about racism. But at one point I felt attacked, and it hurt because I'm like, no, I really love like all people. Like, my mom from an early age taught me that, and she instilled that in me very early to the point where I was almost ignorant, to the point where I was like, okay, you're looking at it from your point of view. Yeah. You're not looking at it from what it's like in real life. You know what I'm saying?
And that shit can be applied literally to everything.
Yeah, and it does, and it is.
I was laying with Dakota the other day, like just looking at him and just thinking about dad thoughts. My son's gonna grow up one day, and I had the thought in my mind. I was like, yo, what if my son is like 9 or 10 and he tell me he feel like he a girl? Like, this is my only son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been waiting to have a boy forever. How am I really going to feel if that happens?
I thought about it too.
And then as I worked through it in my mind, I came to the conclusion, like, yo, if you only look at it from your level of understanding, you're going to react poorly.
Yes.
You're going to feel bad about it. You're going to be angry. You're going to be all these things. But everything that you're going to be feeling is going to be completely selfish because you're only looking at it from how you understand the world.
That's his life.
That's his life. Yeah. How he sees the world is completely different from me. So if that's what happens, if that's how it plays out, my perspective is only my perspective, so I
and it's okay to be a little upset. I don't want there to be this
Look,
narrative that you like that you
disappointment
can't
is
be
natural.
somewhat disappointed
Right.
in things that happen just because it's not politically correct.
I'm going.
I would be. I'm gonna let you. I would be a little disappointed because there's things as a straight male, and that what we were raised on, and the things that I do love about this male camaraderie that you miss with certain things like that. Even if he's gay, even if he's trans, you miss like
Certainly.
I want to talk to my son about girls. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to him about being a male. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. And people try to make you feel wrong because you might have somewhat of a different opinion of it. But at the end of the day,
it's really about how you deal with it.
yeah, it's exactly
really about how you work through how you feel.
exactly,
You know
exactly.
My son came home and told me that if I started to put like this, if I was to see certain traits in him, like little feminine traits in him, I'm going to acknowledge that and work hard to get it out of him. I'm going to attack that because I don't want him. I want him to be a straight male. Of course, you're going to want to be that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work to attack that issue. Like if I seen him dance a certain type of way, he never did this, but if he did, hey boy, don't dance like that. That's how girls dance.
Yeah.
I'm going to let him know those type of rules and guidelines what I expect out of him. Now, if he still came to me later on in life and was like he was gay or something like that, I love my son too much to hate him over that or to disown him or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be hurt a little bit because I would want him to be.
There's certain things you want to
And
experience.
certain
with him.
things spiritually and
Yeah.
religious wise, I would want him to be straight. But I'm not going to disown my son, but still love him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had the same thoughts you had, but when it comes to
I think in this day and age, it's more prevalent and
It's a real thing.
It's a
that you
real
gotta
thing.
be like-
I'd be most upset that you just got to deal with the experience of being
By itself.
gay.
like,
That's got to be harder than anything that, even if I hated the fact that he was gay, that his life is going to be harder than my judgment of him.
Yeah.
So it's my job just to be there,
and-
regardless of how I feel about it.
And I don't want to spend too much time on this particular topic, but
Well, I only brought it up to say because like even just that last statement, like if you just copied and paste that in literally any situation, that's exactly how everyone should look at everything.
yeah,
Like yo, just the experience of having to go through what you got to go through is enough without me judging you for it.
yes.
If anybody needs to be your friend, it's got to be me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
If anybody in your corner, it's going to be me. I'm going to be the biggest person.
And I think that goes back to that being a man thing. Back in the day, our dads would have tried to beat it out of us, and they would have probably disowned us, and because that was manly. But a real man acknowledges things and approaches it in a responsible and manly way. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have to. And this goes back to the JB thing. We have to give our kids guidance. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, if you're gonna be gay, well fuck it. You're gonna be the best gay thing to ever hit this earth, and I'm gonna make sure of that. You know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna be ashamed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You're not gonna go try to find love in an older man who's taking advantage of you because you have issues with that you feel like I don't love you or I don't support you. That ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I might not be happy with it. I might not always agree with it. But yo, I'm gonna support you and I'm gonna make sure you get through this in one piece and that you're loved. And because that's what my mom did for me. She loved me enough. She still loved me enough for 10 parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, lady, leave me alone a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 30 now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, that's what I want to give my kids. So going back to this Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake thing. So my stance on Justin Timberlake is a lot of people say he needed black culture to be popular. That is
Talking about Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake.
All right.
That is the falsest thing I've ever heard in my life.
He was popular with NSYNC.
He was the biggest white star. He was
was
Beyonce
white
before
Jesus.
Beyonce. You know what I'm saying?
Bad
Like,
boys used to kill back
His
then.
level of talent, he could have taken whatever genre of music he decided to do.
and
But
that's
hold on.
Go ahead.
Except me in the woods.
When Pop
Well,
started
hold
to
on.
phase
Let me
out,
get that.
Pop started to phase out. That's when he had made the transition to more of an R&B. And even it was kind
but-
of early. He stopped working with Pharrell early though.
Yeah, but I think that was.
Yeah.
I think regardless of what was popular and stuff, I think he was headed that way.
Just with music, dude.
Even
It
his.
seems like
Because he dances, so you can't really you can't be a dancer and shit.
Well,
but
there's
have
kids
some
of
type of
there's
element
songs of videos of him singing as a kid. He's singing I think Jodeci.
to it.
You know what I'm saying? He's
He always
always
had
had that soul in him,
Yeah.
and I think that's something we got to get away from as hip hop culture. And I can't speak for black culture, but I will say as any culture, once you give this gift to the world, it's no longer yours. And I feel like, and this is a topic that I feel like we need to address. We can address it now in detail, but I feel like as black culture, y'all have had so much taken from y'all that y'all are trying so hard to hold on to anything y'all got. And I understand it.
We want to water it down. We want it to stay what it is.
Y'all just
want it to grow, but we don't want it to be taken away.
Yeah, I don't think what I think it, and I can't speak for y'all, so I'm just going to give my opinion on it. I think that so many things have been stolen without recognition, including other genres of music, rock, or any American genre, or any music in
Western
general.
music.
Yeah. That now it's like people recognize black people made it. It's the internet's here, so you can't hide it. It's not only recognized, it is the biggest music on the face of this earth. So now it's like, oh, y'all want to hold on to it, and I get it, and I don't think that y'all should be taken out of control of it. But I do think that when it gets to discussions like this, it's like, y'all, if I make something for you, or I make something in general, music, a graphic, a T-shirt, it's the world's now, and that's where, as an artist, it's hard for me to like get into publishing and get into ownership and stuff like that, because like as an artist in me, I don't care about that shit. I really don't. He's teaching me a lot about, no man, you gotta be on business shit, and I've been on business shit. But as the artist in me, I'm a real artist. Like, I'll starve and enjoy making my craft, and I am doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there is a time where you want to own shit and stuff like that. And I feel like when you give your culture to the world, when you give music to the world, it's the world's now.
It just depends on how you. I know what you mean.
And that's my opinion. I'm not.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
I definitely understand why you see it like that. Like, and I do feel like once you give a gift like hip hop and rap and R&B, once you give it out like that, you can't contain it to the point where you can just hold on to it. It's just a thing about certain things being done respectfully. Like, I don't feel like people had no problem.
Now that I do not disagree with.
Yeah,
I agree
with respect. Like, nobody had a problem with Eminem because we felt like he respected it, and he put passion behind all that stuff. We just don't want to feel like you dipping, not you know what I'm saying, but like Justin Bieber or Justin Timberlake, you dip and dab. How you feel like Usher did with Justin Bieber? We feel like Justin Timberlake did with Janet Jackson at times, or you know what I'm saying, when things get a little too high, you back up a little bit.
That was absolutely he did that. He left her stranded. Yeah. And he did not take any of the heat for it, and he has not apologized for it. And as a man, not even just being white, as a man, you never do that to a female. So that's one strike. And then he did it to the culture. And then since then, he's done nothing to rectify that. You know,
like when you get cold.
What did he do to the culture? Because I'm genuinely asking. Like,
so at the Super Bowl, you remember he ripped up. Now she's banned from. She can't perform at any Super Bowls anymore. But he's performed since then at the Super Bowl. Yeah. So he left a black woman, and this is fucked up on any level. But in particular, now you're in a white culture. You sit here and you leave a black woman stranded to take all your heat, and you're 50% of the problem. I'm not saying Janet's totally innocent.
It was a war.
I feel you know what? I
think they planned it. I do think they planned it. I just think that it didn't hit like they thought it was gonna hit. I think they tried to troll before trolling was a thing, and they went viral for the wrong reasons.
It would have worked now.
Oh,
I just didn't get what you were saying, because I wasn't. And I'm not even trying to be I don't see color, but like I just wasn't looking at it like that. Like, oh, the white guy left the black woman,
and that's part of
it. Just that's fucked up as a person. This person left this person hanging, and I wasn't even looking at it.
And I didn't at the time either. Yeah. But when you look back at it, and you looked at everything that's happened since then, it kind of like the way that it kind of seems like when there's a racial involvement, the white man gets to skate clean. And then the black woman or male has to take the heat, and they're the fucked up ones. Janet didn't rip it off her own titty. No. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get it clear. Justin ripped it off her titty.
I still don't know if that particular incident
for you. For
me, I'm having, and I know that what you're saying is true. 100%. I've just never seen the racial. I've never noticed the racial aspect of that situation.
Well, I think that would have been mild if there wasn't other moments in Justin's career where they felt like he dipped into black culture to get what he needed and then dipped out.
That. Okay.
But I think also that left it to so it looks like whenever he does what he wants to do as far as like making music, now it looks like, oh, you're only dipping in when you need us. To get hot, and I think it works both ways. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like works against you, and then it works for him. Because he can do whatever he wants as far as like. But I also don't limit artists. So I don't. When he made the Man in the Woods thing and it failed, I think he's human. I think he was chasing Ed Sheeran. I really do. I think he thought he was like, yo, Ed Sheeran's the biggest thing in the world. I'm good as Ed Sheeran when it comes to singing and making music.
More marketable.
Yeah, I want to try something new. You get tired of doing the same things. If you going back to our album, you're gonna hear new shit. You're gonna hear us experiment, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't get away from who we were. He did, and I think part of it is he's older now. There was a big break of him putting out his I think 2020 was the last project, and then coming back and doing this and. He was trying to see where he fit in and like, yo, I want to create something new. I want to create something but now it looks crazy because now he's back in the studio with Pharrell and Timberland and Meek Mill. And it's like.
Could have been a setup the whole time.
Yeah.
But I was going to say that it's, to your point where you were saying you hadn't seen the racial aspect of it. I think pretty popular black public perception of the entertainment industry and just the world of fame as it is in general, black people never escape with their lives. It never happens. It's just not how. Yeah. But white people do all the time.
Right.
Even with major infractions on their records, they always make it out clean. Black people never make it out clean. Nipsey Hussle had to be a gangbanger after he got shot in front of his kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he got shot in front of the store that he owned, or he bought this block over here.
Yeah, he owned the whole.
It was this dude as part of this gang.
This gang member who also is a rapper in captions.
Kobe didn't die basketball legend and a father. He died a rapist.
Right.
And Donald Trump is. Been accused of rape multiple times.
Still, literally, President of the United States.
Now I get it. There's a lot of white people, me and you included, who call him on this shit. But as white culture,
as a society,
they'll sit here and defend him and his right to do this and do that, and they'll sit here and say, shoot him bail, and then in the next sentence, Kobe's a rapist.
Right. White evangelical Christians seem to let him get away with that.
Everything.
I think I hold him accountable because I'm like, yo, what happened to the religion part what about God and the things he's doing is nothing is in the Bible or nothing biblical like that. So where's the accountability?
I'm not putting that all on Donald Trump. That is politics in general.
Yeah.
There's every single one that claims to be for God. They don't do anything for the people.
That's just a normal Republican stance.
It's not just Republican anymore. I'm done shooting Democrats bail.
No. I don't mean to say that Democrats don't do the same thing or
Okay. But yeah.
They both pander their own way, but Republicans' pandering brand is conservative white Christians.
Yeah, God and guns. God and guns.
God, guns, and family.
Yeah.
That's what they stand on.
Yeah. Joe Biden is right on the other line.
He's in the middle.
A Republican who just happens to
Donald Trump is nothing that they stand for the evangelicals. It's like.
Oh, I don't understand
Except
how
abortion
Christian people support him.
Because he's white.
Money, bro. It's money.
He's
They don't
white.
even got nothing to do. He could be purple.
But most of these people are poor. Most of his supporters are most of his supporters are poor.
No.
They're white.
Most
You're
of
looking
his
at
people who give money are rich.
I was gonna say
but
the
the
people who
voters
give
are poor.
him money are rich.
But the voters are poor. It's the rural white people.
But you gotta pay attention to where the money's going. The money's flowing from him to the church. The money is flowing back from the church to the businesses. The businesses are flowing back to him. It's going back to that's where the money is moving.
But it ain't going to the voters, and that's my confusion.
Well,
the voters
the voters made it clear.
No,
they're not going to vote for a woman. They made that clear, and anything but Obama.
I'd be all about.
So who's the opposite of Obama? Trump is the exact. He does. literally from the way he speaks to his political stance to everything that he does as a person.
Yep.
They're the total complete opposites, and that's an American thing. We can't. This is why the two-party system has failed us, and I'm not gonna get deep into this today. This is another day, but we went from Bill Clinton to George Bush to Obama to Trump. They're all on the exact fucking opposite because we can't make up our mind.
Further, Nixon, then
Yeah,
Jimmy Carter,
yes.
super hippie,
Yeah.
then Reagan,
Then Kennedy.
then Bush Senior.
Yeah,
But,
and
then
Kennedy was
Clinton,
in there.
and-
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
like
show, man.
yeah.
It's all
and
a
this is
big
always
show.
So, but we're gonna have
I don't think it
closer
is
to
real.
the election. We're gonna have a talk about this. So I'm not gonna let this go too much further because I really got a lot of topics and I want to make sure we speak on that because the Democrats have failed us. So we're gonna get off the Justin Timberlake and JB conversation right now. I will say I don't like to limit artists onto what they can do, but. So let's talk about a little bit about. We're gonna try to get through some of these topics now. How'd y'all enjoy the Super Bowl?
It was exciting.
Cool.
It was exciting.
We were together for it.
Yeah, it was a good game. I'll say that. It was an
Yeah,
excellent
It was a
game.
good game.
I was in and out, back and forth to the balcony and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, even if that
Did you
wasn't
watch it?
Super Bowl,
I didn't even know who was playing until the game started.
But did you
I
did watch it?
I didn't watch
Okay,
it.
I got you.
Yeah.
You watched it?
I definitely watched
Yeah,
it.
I-
Play for play.
It was amazing.
I was fucking.
It was a
with
really
It was.
good game.
I think that was the best Super Bowl overall between the actual game, the teams that were in it, the fact that the Patriots weren't in it,
Yeah.
and
That's the best part about it.
and the halftime show. The
The
halftime.
halftime show
Bring it
was
back.
like they turned up.
Yo,
I
I
did
was
see the halftime show.
I was super impressed with
Turned
Shakira,
up.
bro.
On paper, I didn't get it at first, but then when I started watching that, instantly I'm like, okay, I see exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and Shakira is she blew my mind.
Still,
Not only
man.
is she beautiful, let's get past that superficial shit. This bitch, excuse me.
Damn.
This,
So
I meant it in a good way.
Like,
I'm so
superficial
impressed.
stuff.
No,
Yeah.
I'm so impressed. This bitch was playing the drums and the guitar.
Yeah. That blew my
I ain't
mind
see that
too.
part.
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was that talented.
I was trying to tell him he got to brush up on the Shakira
She
history,
sang.
man.
She sang in 3 different languages.
Yeah.
When she does her Spanish album, she does a lot of the
I ain't gonna lie, I just like
music
what
and
she
stuff.
She might be one of
And
the
she
goats
sings-
when it's all
she
said
could
and
play.
done.
Yeah.
Bro, she played. She sang in Spanish. She sang in English, and she sang in Arabic. I didn't know that. I thought she was doing like just
riffing with
just
her
doing
voice.
something. It was an Arabic like chant, and
That's
I didn't know
crazy.
that. That's crazy,
I didn't
bro.
realize that either.
That's so impressive. Yeah,
She's-
and
Still can move her hips sharp as hell.
no,
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different things too.
yo, her
That
hips do
superficial
not lie.
shit,
Yeah,
That be bad. boy.
no,
It's
badass.
entertaining. It's entertaining. That's why I know Shakira.
And it's
Now
honestly crazy because I did enjoy J-Lo's part. We didn't need J-Lo. We did not
it
need
enhanced
J-Lo.
it, but it wasn't.
It did,
necessary.
it did, but it was not necessary. Shakira took over the show. She was the main attraction,
That's
even
how I
if she
told my girl,
wasn't.
I said the same.
And I think we can relate to that. But we've done that times where we weren't the main attraction, but
Mhm.
the show it ended up being our show. And she did that, and she did it with like
Mhm.
style and grace. And everybody that's had complaints about it, really,
You're tripping, bro. That was the most
it's
crazy.
it goes back to the
And they
ignorance,
were in
man.
Miami.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's address that first.
Mhm.
They're in Miami.
Mhm.
This probably one of the most Spanish cultures besides Texas and California.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
And we gotta, as Americans, we gotta start doing our research and educating ourselves a little bit better. Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Texas flag.
The crazy part
Yes.
is like, why do you have to say that to grown ass people?
I know. I know it's sad.
That's the problem I'm
It's the
having.
racist. Because I feel like when I watched that, I feel like what Jay-Z did or whoever else helped organize it, I get it. Like you did it in Miami, like you said, one of the most Hispanic populated areas. Then they was representing they had the American flag, and when she flipped it open, it was the
Puerto Rican flag.
It was. I just feel like it was
Beautiful.
a good way to put that in. Everybody's watching football at that time, so
Yeah.
even saying the racists are watching it. It's a good way to put that in their face. Like
I was hoping it would be a chance for us to, as white people, and I can only speak for white people,
Yeah.
to embrace, to be like, yo, this is cool.
Everybody-
I'm
people-
learning something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I was hyped that I learned about the Arabic thing. I was like, not only did it impress me more about Shakira, I'm like, oh, well, that was cool because it was like actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned about the African song that you told me they were doing that ended up being from the World Cup. So I'm like, that's sweet to me. I love that. One, I'm just that obsessed with music that it impresses me. But I like when I'm expanding my mind and stuff.
Right.
So I get online, and I wasn't expecting this. I really wasn't.
I was.
I wasn't. I'm not gonna lie. This one took me because I was just like, people love J-Lo. I was like, Shakira's been making hits in America for years. I didn't think it would be an issue. But you get all these complaints about, what am I on the Spanish channel? And,
I want to say something about that too.
Go ahead.
J-Lo. If I was J-Lo, she doesn't need to be upset because she's J-Lo. But I would be mostly upset. You know how many fucking white movies J-Lo has done for these people?
Oh my gosh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how many times she's put herself in a position to make her make you comfortable with who she is.
Yeah.
Right.
But even in those movies, and this is what goes back to it. White people feel comfortable with those movies because every time she was less than.
She was poor.
She was the
She was trying to get the rich white man that was out of her reach.
She was trying to impress the white mother.
She did that 4 fucking times so that she could do the Super Bowl and be called all kinds of names and talk about how they wish she would speak English. Like, yo, you ungrateful motherfucker.
Yes.
I feel like they was just like building a stereotype for people to be like, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of
The
that's
progressive
not
people
reality.
that.
Yeah, and I just every time that I think like we're getting past a certain point in our country, I forget that I also live in my own bubble. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta be aware of that. When I go out, I'm the only white person there. When I'm with my friends, I'm the only white guy. When I'm even with my family, most of our family's mixed. So it's me, my mom, and my sisters, and it's mostly black people. So I gotta remember I'm in that bubble too. You know what I'm saying? My brother's black. Tay's black. Well, of course you know that. But I forget who not who I am, what I am sometimes. Because I'm so just used to it.
What other people might not be accustomed to.
Exactly, and I forget there's parts of America that are predominantly white, and we don't live in that particular area. I feel like Richmond is a pretty diverse place.
I've lived in a place that was like that.
With VCU, and we went to Tucker. Our high school was like super diverse. I would say there was more white people, but it was like. You
can find the whole world.
You could really, bro. We had lots of Spanish people. We had the Spanish immersion program, so we had lots of Spanish. We had the Lost Boys from Sudan. They went to our school. We had Asians, Arabics. So I've been
everything, bro.
I've been in this state where I've been pretty diverse. So I keep forgetting. And then there goes Karen. And there goes Carol. And I'm literally naming people that I've seen on posts, and I went and told them to shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like no, I just went through these random posts, and I was just like, people were saying racist shit. I just was like, shut up, Carol. You know what I'm saying? Just just to do it. You know what I'm saying?
You said.
Go ahead.
I was say, you said you went to Tucker.
Yeah.
That's actually the school district that my kids will be going to.
Okay.
And.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Damn, they're going all the way out there for Tucker now. He lives off of he lives near Horseman. That's crazy. That used to be like.
It's Tucker.
No, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I know they changed the districts, so that's crazy. That's cool though.
I mean, there are people that lived off of Libby that went to Tucker.
Oh yeah, actually Avery lived right near that. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, go ahead.
Right, yeah. So that's actually one of the reasons why we decided to stay there because it's not cheap to be in that area.
Yeah, absolutely.
But and it's cool. We went this past Friday. We went to eat lunch with my daughter, and her and her friends all decided to take pictures together and stuff. And afterwards, I was looking at it, and I noticed it was there's maybe 10 kids. There's 3 white kids. There's 1 black kid, but then there's 4 Asian kids, 3 Hispanic kids. A few just ethnically vague kids.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just it's one of the most. It's just it's so diverse.
I feel better in environments like that.
Yeah. And she has I never met a black person until I was 10 years old.
Holy
when
shit.
I moved to Hopewell.
There's a lot of
Really?
people there.
And I was the only white kid on my bus. It went from never knowing any black people to being the only white kid.
Okay, that was me most of my life. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
That's the exact opposite.
growing up, my mother was so poor, and we got kicked out of our house.
Mhm.
The people that took our whole family in, you know, was the Pettifords. They have 9 kids, you know, all black family. Let us have a whole room to ourselves. So I'm sharing a room with my mom, her boyfriend, and my 2 sisters.
Yeah.
My whole life has been like that. I've always been the
Extreme.
extreme. Yeah, so I'm not saying that that's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I would have loved to have been in more diverse situations because when I got to high school, I had an identity crisis.
Yeah.
There was a lot more white people. We were in, you know, kind of like a nicer area. I'm pointing to TZ because he went to high school with me. And I lost myself for a little bit because I'm like, damn, maybe I should be more white. Maybe something's wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes white people made me feel like that because I'm the one, they're listening to Under Oath and Hawthorne Heights and
I don't even know what none of that is.
yeah. I know that because of them, and they're
screamy ass white people music.
And I'm like listening to Lil Wayne, and I got them, you know, I got some of them to buy their first rap albums. You know, I got them to vote for Obama. Nick Zat, you know, I got him to vote for Obama. You know what I'm saying? These are people who like have like conservative parents and shit. You know, and so I felt like something was wrong with me because I'm like I'm into soccer. I love soccer, and it really isn't a white person sport, but in this area, it's looked at as like a white person sport. And I've always been like, you know, the token white guy, so I felt confused. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I wish as a youngin', my father would have been more present. I would have had more white people in my life, just so I can be okay with who I was when I got to that age. You know what I'm saying? So I think that diversity at her young age is like that's where it needs to be.
Yeah. Because like for me, when I moved to Hopewell, it was like. It was cool because like I was already into hip hop and stuff. And I was like, I would get made fun of and you know like
get called wigger. Yeah, that one hurt, and I know a lot of people don't think that.
That never was
it's like the
something
corniest name, but you know the intent behind it. And
and that's funny because I went through periods. You know, I'm still working on it. I've always been. You know, Tay did this at lunch one day. He said, "Yeah, my brother can say the N word." Like y'all not gonna check him on it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I've always been the white kid that was cool. You know, people was like, all right, whatever.
Like you had the past.
Yeah, and I try not to use it anymore. I'm really trying to get away from using it at all, and I've gotten way better at it because I'm trying to respect the culture. I'm trying to be productive and positive, and I don't, regardless of me having a past or not, I don't feel like it's positive. I don't think it's helping us.
I really don't feel like it is a pass. I feel like some people can say, yeah, you can say this, you can say that. I don't feel like that. I feel like.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying it's a universe. Like they don't. You go to another place and say it, and somebody don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see how limited that pass is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I agree.
But it's just I do feel like it gotta be hard to grow up when you white and be around a bunch of black people for, you know what I'm saying, mostly like being in these extremes.
Yeah.
And then hearing that word all the time in music and everything, it's like how do you not at some point, even when you rap and, you know what I'm saying, listen to music, say it or slip up and say it or something.
No,
you know
I wanted to be that. I didn't want to be black. I wanted to be your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I wanted to. Like, I really did. Like, I wanted. Yeah, I did. I wanted to be your N-word. Like, because I felt like that meant we were brothers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that meant you.
So that's how it was like.
I would have never put it that way, but
that's how we twisted.
Yeah, I did. I mean, you know, to this day, Tony does. Chaz does, my brother does. They say that to me. They say, "Yo, you're my," and it means something different now because I already know we're brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But growing up, you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? And that was important to me to like don't only have the past, but like for people to say that to me because I'm like, okay.
It's such an interesting perspective.
But
the first time anybody ever said it to me, I was like.
Yeah, man, you feel different, yo. You know what I'm saying? You feel different. Got a little swagger with you that day, yeah?
Like, this is the thing. This is my thing. If I gave somebody, I wouldn't give anybody a pass. I don't feel like it is a pass.
No,
but if you was to have that pass and still be like, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but nah, I'm not going to fuck with that. I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I feel now.
Yeah, that right there is what I feel like make black people feel like, we fuck with you because I know somebody who let white girls call them niggas and toss the N-word around and everything. I'm like, bro, how you let this girl just say that type of shit? He laughed it off like, oh, everybody take it too serious. I don't let it give you.
Well,
I just feel like it's disrespect.
Well, that comes with the
You know what I'm
education
saying?
part.
I feel like if you really fuck with me, you love me, and you love the culture, you're not gonna even want to use it. Even if you like, yo, I understand what you're saying. Like, yo, I wanna.
Oh no, I used to
that.
use
You
it
know what I'm
all
saying?
the time. I used it online, and online you can't tell the context.
Yeah.
So I'm over here beefing with somebody, calling them a bitch ass N-word,
Yeah.
and I don't mean it in the racist way, but
Yeah.
you see a white dude say it online, it
Yeah,
don't
you can't-
matter,
you
yo.
can't say
It-
it.
I'm automatically gonna come for you.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and again, it goes back to the education and having people in your corner.
Yeah,
Prop
tell you
saying,
some shit, yeah.
Prop said, "Yo, delete it," and then I said, "Nah, man." She's like, I know you're not racist. Relax.
Yeah.
You don't know how other people
It's
want to
gonna
take. You
feel
want to
good.
be a worldwide superstar, and you
Yeah.
want to sit here and call somebody that. It's not. I know who you are, but you got to understand what it's going to look like from the outside. And that
Some
then
people never forgive you for it.
exactly.
You know
And
what I'm
then also, you spend your life trying to explain it. And it's like, that's not what I want to do. I'm trying to sit here and I want you to respect me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now that's why I try not to. You know what I'm saying? And I do way better with it. There's times that I get excited. And, you know, me and my boys are doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll catch myself in the studio. I'll say it to him sometimes. And I'm working on it. It's still a
At least
work in
you can admit
progress.
it, though.
Yeah, I'm not
you
ever
can
gonna
admit
come on here and lie to people. You
Yeah.
know, I mean it when I say things, and I've thought about it, and I put in the work to become a better person.
Right.
And it comes with calling women bitches, and it, you know,
Yeah.
there are bitches in this world. Don't get me wrong, you know, but not in
all
the
women.
yeah exactly. Not all women are bitches. But going back to the wigger thing, that hurt because it didn't hurt in a racist way, where it's like generations of pain behind it, and you know, like all of this. It hurt because like I know I'm white. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I don't need a reminder.
Mhm.
And I don't want to be black. I really don't. I'm cool with who I am. I'm very happy with me. I've always been that way. He can vouch that. I've always been my own person and eccentric. I'm proud of who I am and my heritage and my family. But for you to say it, it feels derogatory, and it feels like, oh, you just want to be a black guy. You just, and that's you know, that's all you
Shutting the
want.
door to the fraternity, like,
Yeah.
nah, you not want to.
Yeah,
It's
and
calling you fake.
and it's no
Yeah,
black people don't call you wigger.
No,
That's what's
white
crazy.
people.
Oh,
It's
you
white
said
people.
white people.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's white
Okay.
people. Yes.
I'm about to say I never use that term. I
Yeah,
never called
yeah.
nobody
No,
wigger.
No,
White
black
people
people
don't use that
black
word.
people
Okay.
never call you
Okay.
wigger, and that's what
That's what it
and that's
was.
what a lot of racial a lot of race issues don't understand is white people hurt white people a lot. Like rich white people don't fuck with poor white people. Preppy white people don't fuck with people who have any type of culture or swagger with them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that is something that made me feel alienated because I'm like, wow, where do I fit in? I'm not
Right.
black, and it goes to, you know, I'm not black enough for the black people. I'm not white
Yeah.
enough for the white people, and I'm not mixed. You know what I'm saying? I am a white male. You know what I'm saying? And
I got
It just comes with being yourself. Too.
Yeah.
Like,
Go ahead.
So when I was in high school, my first car was a Buick Park Avenue, and you know,
Had a
it was
Buick too.
fucking-
That was my first.
All right, so I got these fake ass 100-spoke Daytons. Right, they were Daytons, but they were 100-spokes, and they
They're
were chrome
plastic?
and gold.
Were they plastic?
Do what?
Were they plastic?
No,
Okay,
they were metal,
gotcha,
and I
gotcha.
had my rubber mallet, like, you know, I mean, they were like real, they just weren't Daytons, they looked like it. So anyway, I'm driving to my girl's house, and I'm driving through like Prince George County, I'm in the sticks.
Yeah.
And there's a pickup truck in front of me, and I get to this, it's a stop sign, you know, it's a T, and cornfields everywhere.
Yeah.
And the people in the truck get out of the truck, and I mean, it looks like straight out of Deliverance. I mean, like missing teeth. The driver was wearing overalls with no shirt.
Oh my god.
Like that sums up the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he comes out and he's like, "What color are you?" Like, what? What color are you? Like, what are you talking about? What color are you? You're sitting in your car like an N-word.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
That's real life.
I
you
was
got these
like-
had a baseball cap too, probably. You should wear that back then too.
the mesh cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mesh farmer cap. Yeah, totally.
You know what's
And-
funny, bro? Not to cut you off.
No, go for it, go for it.
The most ironic part about that is that if he was black, he wouldn't have said it.
Oh, he wouldn't even stop.
Nah,
he wouldn't even get out of his truck.
Anybody that stop, like just by the dialogue I'm hearing from it and knowing white people for so long.
He wanted to address you as being a white male that is not. He's not accepting of who you are.
And like I'm 16. I had 8-way power seats. They were as low and far back as.
Oh yeah, that was the '90s too, right?
Yeah.
So that's when you sit in low all the way back. You know what I'm saying? You don't even care that you swerve.
I placed my drive-through orders through the back window. I'm not even exaggerating.
I gotta do that, but that's because my front window wouldn't work.
No, it was like that. I mean, I was, whatever, but like, and that was my high school was half that, and then half Hopewell, Petersburg, and Fort Lee.
Oh, so it was crazy.
I lived on right on the 3 points of Hopewell, Petersburg, and Fort Lee, and then we all went to school with those people.
Yeah,
and it was a really interesting dynamic. Because they didn't fuck with the black people.
Yeah.
Like, the rednecks didn't fuck with the black people
absolutely.
at all. They fucked with me and 2 other white people.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it's crazy. That dynamic is that white to white dynamic does not get spoke about a lot. And I see a lot of black people criticize black people online, especially. Black men don't support black women. Black men don't support other black men. Black people don't support black businesses. That shit goes on in every race. And white people have a lot of self-hatred, and
it definitely happens in white culture too. Like you said,
white people have a lot of hatred for white people that are different than them, and they have a lot of self-hatred, which is why you get racism, because white guilt. They have white jealousy. They're fearful of black people and minorities.
When their bloodline running out.
That shit is programmed though.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The ingredients for racism is ignorance and then the experience is secondary.
Yeah.
So ignorance is 9 times out of 10, like you were saying, you all the way 10 years of your life had never met a black person. No. I guarantee you there's people that live in the place where you came from that are now 30 years old and never really been around black people.
For sure. The town my dad lives in, the first black family that moved in, not to cut you off, but their house got spray painted to the point with slurs and stuff until they moved out.
Because imagine how many people are 50 or 60.
That's in 97?
It was in the mid to late 90s.
You talk
Florida.
You got people that have been living there 40, 50,
oh,
60.
Florida? Oh yeah, that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother discussion.
Central Florida, not near Miami.
That's a whole nother. He refuses to go to Florida.
I don't go to certain parts.
I went with my Indian friend, and we got on the river. People stopped their boat, and threw beer bottles at us because my friend was Indian. He was just brown. Yeah. And
it's crazy.
He's covered in tattoos.
But again, that all goes back to self-hatred. If you're not okay with yourself, you're never gonna be okay with somebody else. Yeah. So.
That should be learned, man. We gotta hold the media accountable at some point though, because at some point in time, every one of these 30 and 40-year-old racists was a 5-year-old child.
Oh yes.
That didn't know the difference.
Well, no, and it goes to parenting.
But then, how far back do you gotta go? Because their parents could be blamed for them, and then their parents.
Oh yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying? At what point do we take responsibility as a society and we hold our media outlets accountable for what they allow to have? Because those people that live in his town that ain't never met a black person, they only experience what black people is what they have access to. Gotcha. If all you're showing is black people getting shot,
it's not just the media. It's us too, not us. It's people. I see it every day.
Stereotypes, all types.
Passing
it down to our kids.
Yeah,
it happens on all sides.
Causing confusion and racism over the stupidest post, or something like that. So I agree. We all got to take accountability for this.
We got to hold each other accountable.
And when do? And this is a bigger question, and we can all sit and ponder on this and to bring it back another time. When do we realize that there is really only one race? And that's the human race. And that is a big key because there will be a point, and it might not be for another 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years, I don't know, where we're going to have to come together to figure out what the fuck is going on this planet and how we're going to survive and possibly get to another planet.
See, I think the people who are running this shit are the people who are making people think that there's more than one race.
Oh no, absolutely, no, absolutely. That happened a couple hundred years ago, where they start categorizing people, and when you start categorizing people and labeling people, there was no white or black people until, unfortunately, white people started labeling people as white or black, and that kind of trickled down, and now we got what we have today. So. But we're gonna have that conversation. We can go into that, let everybody think, and come back. Let's go over to the woke versus conspiracy theories, and I'm gonna back out a little bit. I'm gonna let. I know y'all two really want to talk about. So y'all go ahead and get into this.
Waiting on this one.
Go ahead and introduce it, Tony, and then I can get back into it.
All right, so we should jump right into this after the Kobe thing.
Okay.
All right, so basically, so Kobe dies, he passes, unfortunately. Not probably even 24 hours, 48 hours after his death. You got people coming with their conspiracy theories about how he died. You got Dr. Umar leading the charge. And don't get it twisted. I like certain things. I like the information he got. But I don't like these moments when a prominent black figure dies and the first thing we rush to is the conspiracy theories before we have any type of evidence, any type of anything. Like just jumping straight into, the propellers was compromised. This happened. He's fighting the pharmaceutical company.
Any pilot would have known to do better than this.
Yeah, all of that type of stuff. And so I just take a step back because nowadays it's a trend to be woke. Everybody want to be woke. Everybody want to feel like they got the best information.
Which is not a bad thing if it's used correctly.
Right. But it's a true woke, and then it's like this false woke. You got the fake woke people, the people who just recently figured out about the Enlightenment, and they're going super hard to the point where they're being ignorant, thinking that the more conspiracy theories you throw out, the woker you are. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually a good way to explain it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you got that, but it's our people who are just woke and got the knowledge and know what's going on, but it's mixed in to the point where you can't tell who's who. Are you woke or are you a conspiracy theorist? Or, you know what I'm saying, it's getting to that point where it's muddied up, and it's like to the point where I'm like, well, I don't know if that's what woke is now. And then a lot of things, you see a lot of prominent black conscious leaders get into it. Like 1 minute they give you the information and they tell you good things. The next minute they fight over who got the crown over the top black speaker or the,
yes.
you know what I'm saying, who got the crown as far as in that.
That's
the
what
woke,
I know what you
woke,
mean.
you know what I'm saying? So I started seeing a lot of that, and I'm like, well, damn, the information good, but if Brother Polite, Umar, Sinetta, this person, that person, if y'all all clashing and it's over petty things, but y'all preaching this woke shit, how woke, like, you know what I'm saying? Then there's another thing, I don't like the complaining. Like, all right, we can acknowledge the problems, and but when we start suggesting solutions, and then nothing's ever good enough, it's like, all right, well, what are you prepared to do? Are you really prepared to pack up and move to Africa and go through with that, and then get your own land and different things? Or are you just gonna sit here in America and keep complaining and telling people who don't agree with you, oh, you a coon or you not woke because you don't agree with me? They some of the most aggressive motherfuckers online, but they tell you that you being aggressive towards them, right. And don't insult and disrespect people that think different than you. But it's like, hold on, y'all the same motherfuckers that if I disagree with you, you'll be calling me stupid, disrespecting me, and you don't even know me. So
you don't support the community.
You're a coon. You're what you. So.
Yeah. So I know you've been ready to have this convo. So
yeah, for years.
Yeah. Okay.
Tony was speaking more so like to the newly found woke black community, which has become an annoyance over the last couple years. Mm-hmm. It was bred out of good intentions, I think. When police brutality became popular, and when I say popular, I mean they started showing it to white people.
Yeah. Well, when the news really started making money off of it, and they realized this is going to get people to tune in.
Sensation.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When they started sensationalizing the police brutality, and it became a thing to
like around the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah. Okay. Then you couldn't have it anymore either.
But like you backtrack 4 or 5 years and you're a person like me, and you brought up the point where like newly woke people get like really excited, and people like that with everything. Yeah, like when I first started smoking cigarettes, all I wanted to talk about was fucking cigarettes. I don't know why. Like cigarettes aren't even fucking cool. It's all I could talk about. Yeah. It's new. Yeah. It's new and exciting.
Always go overboard with something new.
Right.
We like.
And I was the same way in a lot of ways with with conspiracy theories. But that's how I started off. You come in real hot and then you slow down eventually and start fucking
go down the wormhole.
You know what I'm saying? Like, But there's a lot of conspiracy theories that are very obvious things that people ignore for a long time. Like, why are you not allowed to collect rainwater? Why is that federally illegal? You know what I'm saying? Like that's like there are things in place because people are getting paid for them to be in place that are actually harmful to us as a human race. Not one race, not black, not white, but literally the entire planet is in jeopardy because of things that are in place that nobody seems to give a fuck about.
Like the bees.
Yeah, like the bees, prime example. And you get, and you know, 5-6 years ago, or now, well, goddamn, time passes fast. I guess it's about 10 years ago now. You know, during that time, I had people literally in my inbox, like friends, like, yo, you gotta relax talking about the government. You gotta stop talking about bees.
Going hard.
You wilding a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta chill out.
I agree.
And it's just, and then, you know,
I wasn't telling you that, but there was a few friends that I told to chill out.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't to smother them, but
No, I know.
They're coming off
gets,
strong.
You get real hard. Like I said, you come in hot.
Yeah.
But it just, when woke became profitable, I saw it happen. I was watching it happen. And I was just like, I felt like, you know, my culture is not your costume type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually wake up every day and feel anxious about the world around me. I feel real life pain. I have real
feel like that
nightmares.
for years, right?
Yeah. I have real life nightmares. This is not a hashtag for me. This is a literal. I wake up every day and I'm really like, yo,
the world fucked up.
any of this could be happening right now. It could be true, or I could be completely crazy.
And you got kids you gotta worry about.
Yeah, but the fact that I even have to think about it stresses me the fuck out.
It does. I lost sleep off of that shit.
Yo, I've lost countless nights of sleep just thinking about what could be, even if I'm crazy or if I'm right, and not knowing if I am or not is even making, you know.
It's not a trend for us.
Yes.
Like, you know.
It's not fun. This isn't like it's
even
not
outside of being woke or black or anything. Like the same thing with my kids. Like
you got kids.
It fucks me
Yeah,
up.
it really fucks with your head. It's not a fucking t-shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is not like an opportunity to turn your phone on and scare people.
No, exactly.
So you can get more followers.
You know, even for me,
it's irresponsible. The way it's being carried is irresponsible.
Even for me, you know, I have mixed nieces, and you know, I've been in interracial relationships basically my whole adult life, and I've felt the pressure from that. You know, we've been in Goodwill and had a lady stare at us going through the whole store. And to the point where, you know, I'm not letting it slide. So I'm like, yo, what you looking at? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm going to be the ignorant one, you know what I'm saying? But it goes back to, like, that anxiety is real, you know what I'm saying? And there has been a massive growth in the people who are, and it doesn't go to just wokeness. It goes to anxiety, mental health, anything, body shaming, trans shaming, you know, sexuality. Where these people hop on these hot topics because one, it's popular, and then they run it into the ground, and so they can't cash out anymore, and then it's
you didn't really care about the mission.
you didn't care about the mission because if it's a real mission, you're not done till you're done, and for a lot of these issues, that'll be your whole life. You know what I'm saying? That'll be a lifetime fight. I don't stop worrying about my nieces or trying to educate them as both, you know, females, but also black females. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's two different battles they're going to be fighting their whole life. You know what I'm saying? And I do everything I can to encourage my mom and my sister, who are, you know, white, to let their hair out. You know, and they're not doing it maliciously. You know, they're just they know that's how you do hair. But it's like, no, they have beautiful curly hair. Let that out. Let them be them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's okay.
Let them start being comfortable with that.
Exactly, because that's who they are. And, you know, and that's a small thing. You know what I'm saying? But it just speaks on to the bigger issue. These are things they're going to have to deal with their whole life now.
I don't think it's as small as you're saying it is.
Well, I'm saying as far as the hair thing compared to, like, the other battles they're going to face, it's a smaller thing.
Yeah.
The hair thing became kind of big recently.
I was just saying, like, the kids at their age now, that's a big thing.
My hair looks like this right now because of a couple years ago when they decided that jobs could tell you couldn't work there because of the way your hair grew out your head. I immediately started growing my hair. Like, no bullshit.
See, you're like me in that aspect. I would have done this. Unfortunately, I can't grow hair, so you know what I'm saying. I gotta deal with my beard. You know what I'm saying.
That's why I keep it down here.
Yeah.
However, my black skin pushes this black hair out of my head, I'm gonna wear it just like that.
And that's fine.
And You don't gotta hire me.
I'm starting to notice it's not all black hair though.
It's not all black. It's not all black.
Yeah.
That's the only reason
I pulled out the
can.
longest gray hair of my beard the other day. I was, and that bitch hurt.
That's the moment.
I was like, I mean, I have this one right here, and I keep it as my lucky hair. But it was in a different spot, yo, and it was long and it was prominent. And I was like, yo,
like a whisker or some shit.
I had a dream that night that like most of my beard was gray, and I'm okay. I know I'm getting older. I gotta accept it, but it's still, it's something you gotta like deal with. But going back to the topic, it's like I think, and I spoke on this other day. There's a lot of paranoia. There's a lot of anxiety in this world, and people are smoking a lot of weed, and a lot of these people, they got a lot of time on their hands. And this is increasing their paranoia and anxiety.
But look at the class system in America, right? And then ask yourself where do these people fit in that system? And they all are in the same exact place. Every single person that has that mentality and moves that way, as far as that goes.
As far as like the extreme paranoia and anxiety.
Under the poverty line.
Okay, got you. Yeah, okay, yeah. And that's another discussion as well.
Yeah.
When you are low and you continue to be pushed down and oppressed, and that's not a race thing, as a class, as a class, you have no clue or no choice but to start, one, striking back, or two, reaching for straws,
at least feeling
trying to figure out why this is happening and what I can do about it. But
nowadays online, some of it is just I want to rush to the internet and sound like I'm smart and woke, and I don't have to prove this shit, so I can just sound smart and super deep.
Umar is somebody I had a lot of respect for. I'm not saying he did everything right all the time. He's had clown moments, but overall I've always had respect for him because his message has been the same. His campaign's been the same.
Yes.
Is that a friend of yours, or is that
no. This is a prominent figure.
Oh, okay.
But this Kobe thing, between the original post and the one at the playground, he has lost
suspects after the
he has lost all my respect, and he is a prime example of what a fake woke person is right now.
Well, he been the same. He been saying wild shit like that though, but like
maybe it didn't hit me because I don't watch everything he does. I've seen a few Breakfast Club interviews. Yeah. I've seen a couple of his his lives. Some of them good, some of them bad, but some of them I was like, all right, whatever.
He got a good mission. He just
when he said the interracial relationship shit, I went ahead and just I clocked out of Dr. Umar after that. I don't believe in that narrative though, because I feel like your mission can't really be equality. Your mission can't really be
this
peace.
is what we talked about.
I don't think his mission is equality though. I think his mission is really focused on what he says about the black boys.
His mission is wrong in the first place.
But my thing is this: if you worry about the black boys in that school, why are you on fucking YouTube ranting about who killed Kobe?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep it focused on that. So.
And that school hasn't it even launched yet?
Yeah, he got the school.
Okay.
I believe. I just think he's still getting money to fix it up and rebuild it.
Okay.
So if he just stick to that shit more so than the conspiracy, because the Twitter, Facebook don't need no help with the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
So when you get a prominent figure like Umar jumping out saying it first, real quick, that gives everybody the green light to go.
The same thing they did with Nipsey, and then all of that got debunked, like because all of the fake stuff they threw out there to make it seem like this way. Immediately got debunked,
I was disrespected. People was calling me out, telling me I'm stupid, I don't know, I'm not deep, I'm not woke, all this other bullshit. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I use my brain, and then they got quiet. Months later, they got quiet.
Yeah. Why is fake, not fake? That's derogatory. Why is the new woke culture so prominent in among black people? Versus other people.
There's something to be said about the class system. I'm glad you said something about the class system too, because we live in a country that is actually divided by class with perceived racism.
Right.
The
way
that
the
people that own the decision making in the country keep us in the class that we need to be in. It's not monetarily. They could give us all $1 million and just rent $1 million. They don't give a fuck how much money we make.
Yeah.
They need us really oppressed, and the best way to oppress us is to have us oppress each other, so they can go count their money in peace without us knocking on their fucking door.
That's
But
real. That's real.
Some black people, all right, when you first stumble upon your enlightenment and you realize systematic oppression, what things is built on, and you start to realize who you are and what your culture is. It is an excitement. You go down that rabbit hole, like I say, you go hard with it.
And you should be. You
Yeah,
should be
you should
very
be. Yeah,
excited
like,
and you should be
you must
very
have taught us
proud.
in school.
Like, yeah.
You also can't trust anybody. I didn't even think it like. You can't trust what you're being told, so you're gonna be more inclined to believe conspiracies.
Right. You have,
Everything. A lot of the stuff. No, you're right. A lot of it.
While y'all were talking,
I mean, there's stuff that I discovered even as a white man about black people invented stuff. Slavery, even Abraham Lincoln. You know, his real motives for taking away slaves or slavery, and you know what the Star Spangled Banner really was. You know, stuff like that. You know, we got lied to for so long, and we're still getting lied to. They're not admitting this stuff. This is stuff that we're literally as people finding out together, and it's exhilarating in a thrilling way, like a thriller movie. Like it's kind of like, I'm enjoying this because I'm learning something, but god damn, this shit is scary.
I think you cross the line though when you become volatile. And I think that's really what I think that's your biggest problem. Also, is that like you don't like the fact that people get volatile with you.
Oh yeah.
You know
If you don't believe that they don't have no evidence to offer, but you supposed to just believe. You supposed to, but on one hand, I'm supposed to be woke and smart and be enlightened,
and educate yourself.
Yeah, educate yourself. But you're not presenting me nothing to go off, no facts, no nothing, just your own opinion.
And I gotta believe you, or I'm wrong.
It's think like yourself, unless you gonna think something different than I think. Then don't think for yourself.
And that goes back to the interracial dating thing. Is I'm okay if you're white or black or Asian and you only want to date white, black, or Asian and secure your line and secure your race and continue the legacy. That's beautiful because all of those people are beautiful.
We want diversity.
And I'm also not gonna sit here and subscribe to the fact that like if you're a black man and you date a white woman, you don't care about the black culture, or if you're or if you're a white man and you date a black woman, you're an lover. You know, like
you're not proud of your own culture.
Yeah. My dad, you know, my first girlfriend was black. Most of my girlfriends been black. My dad's called me an lover my whole life. You know, he's called my sister to the point where she's had struggles like with her self-confidence and stuff like that because all of her boyfriends have been black. You know, her baby dad up if I ever met. And the thing is, you wouldn't even know if you saw my dad and you talked to him. You wouldn't even know. No, you really would. I'm being serious, bro. He does not. He comes across as like he'll talk to you. He'll treat you with respect. He'll joke with you.
Thing, I already assume it, so I know.
Okay. All right. But for most people,
you just told me. So
Well, for most people, when you meet him, you wouldn't expect this. You know what I'm saying? For real, he has black friends.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a white privilege thing, though. Yeah. I think that if you are white and you met him, you would believe that. I think as a black male going into the situation, you already expecting that kind of behavior. Okay. So like, everything is suspect at that point. Okay. I don't know if you feel this way. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know if you ever felt this way, but like being a black man walking into any situation, especially with an older white male. Yeah. The assumption's already there. I'm already defensive. I'm already.
I feel like I assume that too. As a white person, I assume that with an older white person that they're just gonna be racist.
Me too.
Until proven otherwise.
If I'm being totally honest, me and you have had this conversation before. I assume a lot of white people are racist, and what hurts the worst is when you find a white friend, and y'all probably not gonna have this experience, and you get close to them, and you're like, all right, yes, I finally, I'm cool with them, you know what I'm saying? Like I got a white friend, like this is cool, like they like the same things that I do, we're vibing, I can take them around my other friends and shit like that, and then there's this moment where it all screeches to a halt, and you get the I'm not racist, but and then it just all goes to shit, you know what I'm saying? And you get it from people you really would not expect.
It hurts people like, damn, I was fucking with you.
And I can't, as when I was younger, before my nieces, before my stepdad, before my, I got some of the friends I have now. I maybe could have swung it. Like, all right, I know where to keep them, but we can still be cool. At this age and where I'm at in my life now, I can't do that. Because I would, one, be a fraud, and I'd be disrespecting everything that I grew like consciously and myself as a person grew to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that hurts because I can probably name on my hand like how many white friends I have that I one trust and then two I know what aren't gonna go down that road.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah,
and he's one of them. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's here. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I'm a good judge of character with that. Like I feel like I can peep you. You could be older, younger. I feel like I can get around you and I can peep your vibe.
You
I
can
can
tell the
figure what level to put you on.
Well, I feel like that's a gift y'all probably have.
You have to develop.
Well, I saw something.
Evolutionary.
Yeah, evolutionary.
I saw something the other day that actually made me laugh, and it was funny. It's called Black Privilege.
Right.
So, dude was talking about like he's on an elevator and he's like in an all white like apartment complex and it's like an upper echelon type apartment and nobody will get on the elevator with him. So somebody under the comments, you know what I'm saying, the threads, you gotta go deep. I go deep on Twitter threads. He goes, I call that black privilege. Now I got a whole elevator to myself. I don't gotta worry about being cramped. You know what I'm saying?
Crowded elevator.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When people walk on the other side of the street, now I don't gotta worry about somebody stepping on my shoes. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that he has to be in that situation or even think like that. Yeah. But I love that mindset. That shows me that you will make anything happen for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll turn anything from a negative to a positive. And we need more people like that in the world in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get away from that for a little while. Let's switch it up and let's go to some totally different, just kind of clear the vibe and get to somewhere positive. What do you think about Drake's next album? What do you think? What do you
smoke a cigarette?
Like as far as like
what is next album? What you think it's gonna?
What you think it's gonna sound like? What do you think that where he's gonna take you with it? Where do you, as far as like his discography and the great albums he has put out and some of the ones that haven't been as great like Views.
I think that it's gonna go one of two ways. One way, somebody lets Drake make the decision without influencing him.
Okay.
And we get a British Euro hip hop album.
I do not want no.
I don't want any more.
And if that happens, it's gonna be terrible. Because it's already terrible when he does it now with the two little joints he put out.
No, War was fire.
Okay. You asked what I
can
thought.
I can understand Drake fan liking it. It wasn't trash. I can understand the Drake fan liking it, but
I thought and again it goes back to I don't box artists into like. First off, Drake is actually with people who are part of that culture.
I don't think he's good at it though. It's not that I don't think he should do it.
No.
I don't think he's good at it.
No, okay, and that's cool. No, that's fine because you might actually like British rappers. Like you might enjoy that.
I don't.
I think he's better at them. I think he's better at than them making their own music though.
Thank you.
He's Drake.
Thank you.
But that's not fair.
It's not. But
it isn't. But it is because it's like rock. I'm not a huge rock fan. There's select rock shit I like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Maroon. I don't know if Maroon 5 is rock. Is that rock?
It's rocking up.
I like System of a Down. These are very few people I like. I can count on my hand like the amount of rock. But Rebirth by Lil Wayne, I fucking loved it. I love that. I'm a Wayne head, but it was like just enough rock where I was like, all right, I get a little rock fix, and then I get my rap.
What's the joint? Velvet. What was the joint like? You ain't killing no one, but
Hot Revolver.
That shit. That shit was off the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucked.
Yeah. So. Yeah. That was for when we're talking about Drake rapping in British. That's as much British rap as I want, and
it's the wrong time for that.
I don't think it's gonna be good.
But I don't think the album's gonna be like that at all.
It might. That's what I'm saying. The other way, nobody lets Drake make a decision. Somebody else comes into Drake's room and says, "Hey, man."
Well, 40. I think 40 knows I don't care what anybody says. 40's got his finger on the pulse of whatever's happening, and I think that this album will. Even if it's not the most introspective album, because there will be a time where Drake puts out a 444. It's coming. And I've heard that. I heard that on Joe Budden podcast, and I truly believe that there'll be a time where he gives us
What's going to be different about his 444? Because I feel like he does that. I feel like he's introspective.
I feel like there's going to... I'm going to get to it. Just, but with this album, I think there will be a lot of introspective. Obviously, he's going to have a banger, some bangers on there. And the only thing I wish he doesn't do is no more sub shots. If you're gonna take the shots, take the fucking shot, man.
So what? Yeah, what I'm about to ask you? I should have asked the question. What does Drake need to do on his album instead of what it sound? What it should sound like? What do we need to? What do we need to address? What do we need?
This
to
is why
sonically?
I'll never box Drake in again or give him expectations again. And it goes back to Nothing Was the Same, right? He came off Take Care. I wanted to Take Care Part 2. I was like, oh my God, Take Care. Like, me and my brother don't even like music like that. You know what I'm saying? We rode to that shit all summer.
Nothing Was the Same.
No, Take Care all summer. So I got Nothing Was the Same. And I was like, man, I do not fuck with this album. Because I was expecting something. I want to Take Care too.
Yeah.
Now I go back and a couple months later I listen to it and I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with me?
Yeah, I love that album immediately.
Yeah,
That's
well,
the
I
best
did
way,
it.
yeah.
I did it. I liked Worst Behavior because that was a hit. You know what I'm saying? It was popping. But I was like, man, I'm not into this sound.
Nah, that whole joint.
The
Well-
perfect sound to ride home after you just got some ass. Like Drake, you can throw Drake on the ride home and it's.
Well,
perfect
I
shit.
told him
That
about
album,
this the other
yeah.
day. Drake makes a lot of after 11 p.m. music.
Mhm.
It's dark. You're in the car, most probably alone, and you could just vibe. You know what I'm
Reflecting
saying?
off,
Yeah,
some
you're
shit.
reflecting off light, and you could just vibe. And Nothing Was the Same ends up being probably my favorite Drake album. Like I go back and forth between that and Take Care, and it's both of those albums are classics. But that's what changed my whole perspective on music in general. I'll never ask for expectations. I don't want nothing from you. I want you to go into that studio and do you.
It's different times though, bro. I feel you on a normal Drake release. Yeah, we could give him that freedom. But at this time, with the stakes as high as it is, and certain things he need to establish, and need to get out the way. Like you say, address shit head on, no subs. I feel like he do gotta accomplish certain things with this album. I feel like he gonna come with the hits and shit. He gonna give you them hits.
Yeah, he got to.
He gonna give you some introspective shit. But it can't, like I said, it can't be no subs. It gotta be straightforward.
Yeah,
Pop your shit,
if
you
he's
gonna
gonna
rock it.
send
Like,
shots,
straightforward.
he needs to take off heads.
Yeah, and he got it. Yeah, you can't. This is my thing. You can't throw the white flag in with Jay Prince and then throw subs the whole time at Pusha, and then rely on your big commercial singers to swap to just basically drown Pusha's any effort he put out. That's what he's gonna do. Like when he goes to a battle with somebody, he's gonna win it. But what he also does is he befriends all of the people that you cool with. Push, you cool with Meek. I'm cool with Meek now, and I'm on his album. All that. You ain't seen Meek and Push. I ain't seen them really connect since that shit. And Push was one of the main people that was.
But I agree. Push was one of the ones
So he do
behind
a lot
him.
of-
But that was the other stuff, like he went and became friends with Virgil, and
I'm not
when he
saying
was
he did it for that
beefing,
reason. He threw it in your face though.
yeah. He became friends with Virgil, like that tight with Virgil because of Kanye. Though I agree
you
with
feel like
that.
so you do
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but Meek and Drake, I feel like they're real friends.
Yeah.
And I think they both hurt each other,
Mhm.
like personally. But regardless of who won the battle or whatever,
Right.
That whole battle was like, it's like if me and him battled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do this to you. You're making me do this, and it really fucking hurts. And I felt like if Drake could have somehow, because if he didn't respond to in that battle form, we might not have Drake right now. Meek put a big dent in his. He bounced back immediately, which was good at that time. He really needed that, and that's actually what. And that's what made him survive the Pusha shit without having to really do anything besides put the Duppy freestyle out and give a couple excuses. He survived it.
Y'all helped him with that. Like I don't feel like you really took. I don't feel like everybody gave him that. That's why I feel like me. I feel like to you maybe not. To me, he owed me a couple things I want to see. I want to see how he addresses this whole Pusha Kanye thing after Kanye already saying, "Look, you doing it out. I don't got no problems with you, man. Do your thing." Like you can't steal. What you gonna make an album about now? Because your albums is always the same. I'm under attack. They out to get me. I'm number one. I'm top dog. I make the best music. I get all the bitches. I have insecurity problems with some of my women. It's the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
But it's great at it. But I want this album. You can't give me the same thing and think I'm gonna just say, "Oh, Drake did it again."
But
Like,
you can say that about anybody.
Okay, but
I
Drake
mean,
is
Pusha's
we
been
do that
talking
with
about
LeBron.
selling coke for
we compare
our entire life.
It don't matter. Drake is supposed to be the LeBron Jordan of the game right now. So
Either
he
Drake is at
he is LeBron.
either Drake is
He's
the
up to that
top
standard.
level. Either he's number one and he got to hold that standard,
Yeah.
or he like everybody else and we can't compare. We
That's
can't
what y'all do with
that.
LeBron.
Well, and this is not a cop out, but it is enlightenment. I changed my stance on LeBron since the Kobe thing. Kobe's last tweet really changed my stance on that, but I'll get to that in a second. I hear what you're saying. I do, and I do expect Drake to he needs to be a little bit more. And it's crazy to even say this, a little bit more open. You like you said, you can't constantly be under attack. Why the fuck are you under attack? What are you doing? Like it's not all, yeah and it's not saying that you did everything wrong, but like what are you doing to deal with this? Like are you going to therapy? Like are you cuz I'm worried about Drake. And it's crazy to be worried about somebody you don't fucking know, but it's like you're not on Wayne's album. You didn't tweet it once. You haven't made a song together in forever. You've publicly told us you fell out with Nicki.
Yeah.
You've gone through all of this ridicule. You've been booed off stage.
That man, alright, he good.
Yeah. I mean, first off, you could go through all of that and be Drake and still be great.
Yeah.
But I could tell in that interview he did with Rap Radar, there's been moments in hip hop where like, yo, people are really taking L's. And I'm not saying you can't take an L, but he didn't get him gone. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get Meek gone. And Meek actually ended up, bouncing back with a great song with Drake, and then now he's rubbing elbows with every fucking mogul in the world, not just in rap, because he's changing his life. But the thing is too, I want to hear him talk about his son. I want to know what that's like being a father.
Well, he's gonna touch on that.
Yeah, he needs to, and I think it's important to him. I really want him, and this is something that doesn't get talked about at all. Not just shouting out 40, talking about how important 40 was to your career, and giving him his flowers. Because if Pusha shit is true, and it seems like it really was true because it hurt Drake, he might not be around along. And it's cool if I give Chaz, keep going, Youth, the flowers behind doors. That's great. I know he loves it when I text him and tell him all the great things about him. You know what I'm saying? But I want people to know. Yeah, I want people to know, like, I really love this guy, and he's inspired me, and he's helped me shape my sound to a point where I feel like I can compete with anybody in the world. And that's the one thing I really want to hear from Drake, but I don't want to hear it after 40 dies or something like that. I want to hear it now because Drake is somebody who's gotten his flowers while he's alive.
Yeah, you get him all.
Yeah, get him all the time. And
that's what God's plan was, though. Kind of, sort of like a little nod to his camp, like.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I want him to go in depth. I want to know about the studio sessions that 40 told you that wasn't a hit and made you push harder. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little.
Still produce most of Drake's stuff.
He's the executive producer for everything. Yeah. So and I want you to talk about how y'all came up and how much he believed in you and stuff like that, and how he gave you wings and stuff like that. That's
what's up with you and Wayne.
And we need to hear what's going on with Wayne.
You and Nicki. I know now.
Yeah. So there's.
Take us somewhere new.
And it doesn't. And if it's too new, I don't need to hear it on this album. Because sometimes I'm talking about things. We've recorded songs. And I'm talking about pain that I went through when I was 13, and I didn't address it 2 or 3 albums ago. I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. I didn't have the words. I couldn't articulate the real pain in the way that I want to do it. Yeah. So I'm not going to put it on them to put it on this album. But we need to hear that, man. And that's when I get to that 444 album, because that's what I need to hear by that time or on that album. You know what I'm saying? We got to get get this while you're alive. I don't want to hear about the stories when you die. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish in with Kobe, we heard a lot of that stuff while he was alive. You know what I'm saying? And we heard a lot of that shit about Nipsey while he was alive. We got to witness it. Drake is a little bit more secluded, kind of like hidden, and he pop out to take a picture, but it's his picture from his photographer. You know what I'm saying?
Very and you gotta move like that.
Yeah, he's like Eminem in that sense. Like, it costs money to go out.
Yeah.
You don't get to just go out and just be free. So, and I want to hear him. I do want to hear him work with some of the people like Janae again. I want to hear him. Put Meek on his album. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
I was trying to think as you were speaking, like certain people I would want to hear him with.
Yeah.
He's outgrown Janae Aiko.
I don't want to. He's probably still make a good song though. I probably might not want to hear it on paper, but but knowing him, he gonna make a decent song to it. You know what I'm saying?
A good song.
And they gonna play it. It's gonna make me like, you know.
But I don't know.
Well, maybe if not, I mean, I think him and Janae really had a moment, and it catapulted her career for sure.
Yeah, but I don't think she grew to the level that he's at now.
Oh, absolutely not.
So like,
But I also don't think that. Like putting Doobie on our album, I don't think he's grown to our level. But I don't think that necessarily determines if you should be on the album or not. Like, you know.
Well, also Janae bores the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm good. Like
What? Y'all didn't hear that? Y'all didn't hear that Pussy Fairy joint?
I don't.
Oh my
I
god,
got
my dick got hard on
in
the car on the way home. I was like, oh my god, I need to go lick my girl's butt right now. Like, oh my god.
She turned me off with the one lie she told me. When the only thing that turned me off about Janae is when she said he got to eat it like groceries, and then she came out to say, "Oh, I don't even like my ass getting ate." I felt like that was the biggest.
She's the reason I'm eating my girl's butt
Yo,
now.
that's the reason.
Oh my god, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, yo.
It's that fraud type
That
of shit that I
hurts.
don't respect. Like, so now anytime you start talking that free shit, I don't even want to hear it no more. Cause I'm
Oh
like,
my
that was the
God.
biggest thing. I'm like, damn, you don't even like that.
And since
You
we're
know
on
what I'm
topic of Drake, that's how I felt about If You're Reading This, It's Too Late.
What you felt about it?
That album was
The
fucking
same,
amazing.
the same way you felt about like the way Janae
Oh, the fraud shit?
she kind of kept like on the yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about the Drake thing because like
Of course.
you don't understand like I don't know, I don't talk about this because this happened, but for real, me and Will on the same level. If not, I'm more of a Drake stan than he is. Like and that's hard to believe, right? Because as long as
I
he's
understand,
known,
yeah.
as long as he's
I
known me,
understand.
it hasn't been that way. But it's because of Nothing Was the Same. It's because of what I found out about that album. Like you don't.
Wait, after you're reading this,
You don't. If you're reading this,
Yeah.
shit, like what you don't understand is like who I was, where I was, and what I was doing when that album came out.
Oh.
And like from the first song, the 10 band shit, like.
When I heard that album, I can tell you exactly where. I was smoking a blunt on a balcony in Collegiate Apartments, living in Precious's house because I got kicked out of my house. I was intimidated.
Yeah.
I went in this house after I listened to the whole album and smoked about 3 blunts back to back, listened to it. And I said, I don't know if I could do this. Like, I don't know if I can rap anymore. Because I don't know if I'll ever reach this level.
That shit,
curve, right?
Yeah.
That shit made me
But
feel
that
like a
don't happen.
fucking superhero, bro. Like, I really felt like that shit felt like theme music.
And
to
they
me.
don't understand that we really do fuck with Drake. That's why we so
Yeah,
hurt about
like,
it. We won't get
that-
you on his head because, like, yo, we
Yo.
thought this was real. Like, we know still some elements of him that he still do his thing.
Right.
But it's
that
like
wasn't
just
the
the fact
point, though.
that
Yeah, it was like.
it hurts.
See, but
But it was that album in particular for me though.
Okay, and
We had
what
experiences
I'm
with
saying
that.
to y'all is the reason it didn't bother me, and it literally would not bother me one bit if Drake didn't write a single word. And we know he did. We know he's a phenomenal writer. He's written songs for mad people. We're not denying that. But say he never wrote a single word of his entire career. All of his music is undeniable.
That's fine, but you know what you miss. The point you're missing is that while I was listening to that, because of where my life and that album intersected, because of where that point was,
Yeah.
I didn't just attach to a great album with great music. I attached to this person now. And like,
Me
our
too.
relationship just changed. I just went from being a fan of you
Yeah.
to like, no, dog,
You
like
speaking for
you
me.
are me.
Yeah.
I am you,
Okay.
and you are me now.
Okay.
Like this album showed me that you are now the same person. I'm now speaking through you.
And that's all it is with
Yeah,
Drake.
I can
He
hear
make
my
you feel
I
it.
can hear my own life coming back to me in this beautiful way.
See, when he makes songs about females, I feel a lot like that. I
Yeah.
feel like, and a lot of people be like, yo, he's always talking about bitches, da. Like, y'all obviously haven't gotten a lot of bitches. And you know.
I know.
You know. And so when he's talking about this shit, like, I really feel it. Like, so
On the ride
Tuscan
home.
Leather is amazing, but it's also, We're Going Home to me is like, yo,
I got enemies. Got a lot of. Every time I see him, something wrong with their memory.
Yes.
At the time,
was
I was
talking
signed.
shit.
He was
to a
talking
label-
that shit.
At the time, I was signed to a label. I had sold more records than anybody else on the label, and niggas was literally talking shit about me to the label owners, talking about how they give me more time, they put me on stage more often, like literally bitching to the label owners. And they came back and told me this shit.
Yeah,
and then Drake album come out, and I got enemies every time I see him. Something wrong with their memory,
Yeah.
bro. When you talk about attaching to something, bro, like imprinting on a piece
But
of
what
work,
about that changed about you?
He didn't write it.
Hold on. He did write it. But more importantly, does that change that fact is actually happening in his life?
No, it was beautiful. I still fuck with the song. I listen to it right now. But the point is that I was attached to Drake. It was me and Drake are living the same life.
Okay.
He's creating this. He's giving it to us like this.
And we weren't. That was Quentin Miller.
All right. So hold on.
That's why I'm so relatable.
That also happened to me, but in a totally different way. I was actually over here. I was working at Sweet Frog. I was a manager over here. You remember Sam Smith? His first album, In the Lonely Hour? Man, I was going through some shit with my shorty at the time. I'm telling you, that shit spoke to my heart, and then I found out he was gay. And it didn't piss me off he was gay. That doesn't make me mad. But to realize, like, those songs might not have been about a girl.
You singing,
like
the Frank Ocean thing,
like
oh shit.
Oh my god,
that's what Frank Ocean did to black people.
Yeah, like shit.
Yeah, I was hurt because I'm like, yo, this has got to be about a girl. Like, I don't care what y'all say, this is about a girl. But then you start like, and don't get me wrong, that's still one of my favorite albums ever. But I guess I get in that sense,
It wasn't because I loved other Drake albums. If I had found out he didn't write a couple songs on Take Care, or nothing was the same, I would have been like, okay, cool. They were still great songs. Yeah. It was just that. Okay. It was what that album meant to me. Okay.
And then I just look at it like, okay, I can't believe in you as a person no more. Like you are, it's some cap in there with that.
No, I get it because Eminem show as a white rapper, as a white kid wanting to be a rapper in like 8th grade, hearing that. If I found maybe because I really connected to album, like I was like, oh my god, like.
What if you found out Lil Wayne didn't write this shit? Would that fuck with you?
Hell no.
Hell no. It should. Your biggest thing is, this man is spitting. Look at the mixtapes, all that. Your thing is he spits. So how can you be? So how can you still say Wayne if you know? Oh, he didn't write that.
Because to me still, and again, he could vouch for me. Anybody that's ever made music with me, nobody's ever written for me. But music is a collaborative effort, man. And
I'm talking about the No Ceilings Wayne, not the album.
I'm talking about anything.
So if somebody wrote his mixtape verses and shit,
I still gonna fuck with it because it has to be executed in a certain way. It has to be put out in a certain way. It has to be all the elements as an artist I respect. Mixing, recording, ad libs,
every single. You can't see the beauty in Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's why he don't respect it.
That's crazy.
That's why he don't respect it.
Nah. I respect it. I said it. No. I respect it, and I said it. I can see the technical greatness of it, but it does nothing into me. Like when I hear it, I'm like, okay. It's the same thing when I hear fucking. It's Friday. It does nothing to me.
Bro, I'm about to leave.
But Mariah Carey do something to you.
Oh yeah, We Belong Together. Yo, I'm telling you, I hear that song right now. I'm leaving this podcast and I'm going to go tell my shorty I love her. I'm gonna go tell her in person because I gotta let her know. Like Bobby Womack is on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like dead ass show. I'm not kidding. And I get it. So I get certain music hits you a certain way. Like Usher, does that for me. Like makes me.
It would be. I guess it'd be the Drake thing for me. I guess it'd be the equivalent of like if you found out that wasn't really Mariah Carey singing.
Yeah, exactly, perfect.
Like if you found out that she has been lip singing over some random lady.
All right, so again, this is where I detach. Because the song is still the song. Fuck the person. I think that's where a lot of times that song means something to me. I don't give a fuck.
And the right person should get the credit.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I agree with that. In fact, I agree with that a lot. But
I feel like it's just more accepting R&B than rap.
No, it is. But what I'm saying is the song is the song. Like for instance, I wish I still listen to it because that song really got me through some shit. Right. And it's not R. Kelly to me. It's the song. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are having that debate right now. Yo, should we cut R. Kelly off? I might cut off. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really listen to a lot of other R. Kelly. I like Ignition. I like Step in the Name of Love. The hits. But I wish. Oh man, I fucking love that song, and I'll never cut that song. Yes, and that too, because that was my childhood. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me want to be an athlete and be like Jordan, and I rock 23 even when I played soccer, but I wish for me, it's like, people like, you can't listen to him, you're supporting rapists. No, that song is not a rapist. That song is that song, and that song meant something to my life.
What if okay? Let's say all right. So since you rap, right? Let's say you don't need a ghostwriter, but let's say I'm rapping.
Mm-hmm.
We both trying to get to a certain level. We both dropping songs.
And you pop.
I got a ghostwriter and I pop.
And your songs are fire.
And you working just as hard.
But your songs are fire.
Maybe could be. Yeah, you can say it fire.
Like,
yeah.
More successful.
But in the debate, somebody bring up a debate and they saying, man, such and such. Junior Boy dropping way better music than
You are.
blah, blah, blah. But what if you feel like your shit is harder because of
hold on.
But the only difference is he writes his shit and I don't.
Hold on.
Be like, yo,
my shit. I'm always gonna feel like my shit hotter. That's something in a rapper's mentality. You got if you don't quit rap. I don't care if you feel like lyrically you're better. Like yo, I make better music than you. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm gonna say that to anybody. You know what I'm saying? But if you're popping. Good man, like I'm not one of these people.
I'm not saying you're gonna hate on him.
Yeah. But I'm not. I don't
like, yo, my shit.
You gotta charge it to the game, man. You really gotta charge.
That really goes back to like the thing you were saying about the gay son thing. Like you gonna be disappointed, bro. Like you.
Oh, I'm not gonna say I'm like gonna be like. I'm not gonna like be like, oh yeah, da da da. Like he's so amazing, da da da. But I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be mad. Yeah. I charge it to the game.
Y'all talking about ghost?
I'm gonna be like, yo, don't compare me to somebody.
So like, all right, so culture vultures.
Yeah.
The biggest original culture vulture, Elvis Presley.
I was about to say
100%.
All right.
Still the biggest culture vulture.
Biggest culture vulture.
Because he never acknowledged any of his shit.
His very, very first single was Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh yeah, you told me this.
I know I've told you this.
Yeah.
My uncle actually wrote Heartbreak Hotel.
What?
You look on Wikipedia, my name's Chris Durden. You look at the writer credits, it's Tommy Durden. Like, my uncle wrote Heartbreak Hotel. I have a 45 where he recorded it and was playing it before he sold it to Elvis.
Okay.
All right, so my whole entire life, I've been aware of that.
Yeah.
But it's not even really the culture vulture conversation that I'm talking about now. It's more the ghostwriter.
Yeah.
Conversation. Like, my uncle wrote Heartbreak Hotel.
So
Elvis got famous. But
your uncle's credit is not diminished though. He wrote one of the best songs especially of that time period.
But how many people have heard of Tommy Durden?
Though, when you sign up for that,
you gotta
sign up for that.
I'm not, and that's not at all what I'm saying. I just mean more what you were saying about the song is the song.
Yeah.
The person that sang it is the person that sang the song. Mm-hmm. When you think about a great song, it's the song. It's not.
It's that moment you
the
heard
singer.
It's not what it got you
the
through.
The drummer.
Yeah.
It's the person that wrote the drums. It's the person that wrote the guitar riff. Wrote the lyrics and wrote the notes and wrote all that stuff. It's not the people that performed it.
For me, it is the people. I attach to the whole operation.
See, I don't, and that's where I think that's where I differ.
Anybody could perform it, and people have performed it, and they've performed it.
But they didn't
subjectively better, not objectively.
That's another thing. Drake poke his chest out a lot too. You can't poke your chest out and pop shit when you got that type of thing in the closet. When there's these guys you talking to, like, yo, my pen never been questioned. My pen been solidified.
Oh, matter of fact,
you know what I'm saying?
The nigga on that album said, I write my own shit. The nigga literally said, I write my own shit on the same album that somebody else wrote the shit.
Yeah. Shit like that. Yeah, shit like that. Shit like that.
We're going to have to agree to disagree on this one. But I will say this, even about your, I respect the fact that your uncle wrote that. And I actually think that's like, fucking impressive.
Yeah.
But it goes back to
that's crazy.
That song, Elvis made that song, but that song made that song. So
that's
nobody, to me, nobody deserves credit. Like, hold on. Nobody deserves more recognition than the song.
Right.
Okay. So again, if Mariah Carey was lip singing the whole time, it's still the song.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, my dude wrote the song, wrote it, performed it, sang it, did everything, but
made it popular.
Elvis, nah.
Elvis
made it
popular. Got it.
So like, nobody would even know the song if it wasn't for Elvis, who just sang a song somebody else wrote.
Yeah.
So
that's different.
As much as I hate it, there's still a place for ghostwriters.
Well, you gotta,
Or
you
just
gotta
songwriters,
acknowledge-
I guess is what
you
you
That's
gotta
not when you're a top
the
3 rapper.
benefit.
That's not when you're top 3.
No,
so-
and it's.
And I'm
not
sure,
hip-hop
and
in
I'm sure
general.
that situation has made Drake either push himself to new heights,
Oh,
or he's done a way better job of like not letting that ghostwriter situation get back at him.
I don't think about the ghostwriting as much. I think he care about the Pusha T shit.
Okay.
I don't think he care about the ghostwriting shit.
Yeah, no, that Pusha T thing is on his mind.
Yeah.
That's
He's
just on his mind.
past the ghostwriting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to make one final point on the ghostwriting,
Yeah.
based on your logic as
Yeah.
far as like the song just being a song,
Mhm.
and when Chris state, we don't get Heartbreak Hotel without Elvis, even though Elvis wasn't a part of the actual creative process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
was
I can appreciate.
But he was part of the creative
Well,
process.
I can appreciate the benefit of all parties involved in making it what it was.
Right.
But we can start breaking shit down to a very minuscule, like if the studio didn't exist, the janitor wouldn't have a job. You know what I'm saying? Like we can break
Or
that
if
shit.
the
We can do that
janitor
for
wasn't
everything.
there, the
Yeah.
studio wouldn't be able to operate.
Yeah.
Like we can do
Yeah,
that for everything.
Yeah. So we're gonna transition to these last topics. While we're on Drake, let's talk about "Life Is Good." It's number 2 on the billboards. It's been that way for weeks now, behind Roddy Ricch in the box. So me and you obviously are 2 different ends of this. So who do you think had the best verse on that song?
I've been thinking about this since you said it before we took the break.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a fair question.
What's the better song to you? Not who had the best verse.
Like, okay, all right. Yeah,
Which part
was
do
the
you
better half?
enjoy? I guess.
Well, I feel like that goes in the same thing, but okay, yeah, I guess it's the
Nah,
whole song because the beat changes.
Drake,
All right.
Drake go out rap Future.
Yeah, about to say they can't
Okay.
compare it like that.
Gotcha.
Not really, you can't compare best verse. Future had the most entertaining half of the song. I feel like when that like $100,000 for the cheapest ring on a nigga finger, little bitch.
Yeah.
That shit made me feel like a boss when I hear it. That shit-
I instantly turned it up.
Yeah, as soon as that's my favorite part. I won't say the rest of his verse was so spectacular, like it was any better than Drake's part.
True.
I think that, like I said, I think he had the most entertaining part of the song.
I
think Drake's. If I had to say who had the best like musically, it would be Drake.
Okay. So he had the best half of the song.
Yeah, technically. But I liked Future's better.
Okay.
Even though
I know musically.
I'm acknowledging the fact that Drake's half was musically better than Future's half, but I'm also saying that regardless of that fact that I know, I'm still saying I like Future's part better.
Okay.
I can understand that.
All right, and you're saying Future.
I'm gonna say, okay, I understand Drake's part. I feel like some of them bars was a little gassed up. Working on the weekend like usual is a dope line because it was relatable. But if anybody else said it wouldn't be that dope.
Well, that's part of it. Like, there's a different type of work. Like, I'm working on the weekend, and if I said, they're like, well, man, are you gonna get off so we can go out? You know what I'm saying? Like when do you get off? You get off at 8, 9. Like, are you gonna be able to go out tonight? But for him, but it also inspires somebody like us, regulars, schmegalers. Like, that's another type of grind. Like, he's not working on the weekend because he has to. He's working on the weekend because that's what bosses do when you want to get to that next level. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing about Drake. There's a few artists, I had a fucking perfect example. They can say these things that normally would be very simplistic, and if somebody else maybe said it, it wouldn't ring off like that.
That's true.
But when Drake says it, it rings off.
Oh, this is also what I want to say about the first part of Life Is Good.
Yeah.
Doesn't it sound like the beat sound like if you're reading this, it's too late? Don't it sound like a beat out of that batch when it comes on?
Like it came out the same folder.
Yeah, it came out that same batch of beats.
I'd have to listen to it one more time with that in mind.
Yeah, go back.
I will do that. That's interesting.
When it first come on, I thought it was like if you read this, it's too late.
I thought it was a sub to Travis.
On Drake part?
Not the verse, the song. Like, cause all this controversy that's surrounded Sicko Mode since it's happened. Drake's not listed on any of the songs. Like, it just says Sicko Mode and he obviously had the best part of the entire song. He made the song what it was.
It was his song.
Yeah, it was technically his song. And even when you watch the documentary, Travis knows like, oh yeah, I got one now. And that's why he didn't drop it till the album dropped, because that catapulted the album to a whole nother level. Drake single without putting it out till the album comes, that's a smart move. Yeah, and the way that he did the song, this is what is a sub do I feel like is a sub to Travis, and I could be, I could just be like in my rapper brain, but the beat transition.
Yeah.
That's Travis's bag, you know what I'm saying? And that song was the biggest song of the year at that year. That and then Mo Mamba. So I don't know. To me, there's a subtlety and a beauty to Drake, the way Drake does shit. He's like Jay in that aspect. You don't gotta say it to say it. Yeah. But you know the point, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the only person that does it better, or I wouldn't say better, who does it at that elite level is Jay-Z. And I felt like
the structure of it.
It's something there. It may not be directly, but it's something there. And whether they were trying to chase it, trying to chase another sicko mode, or there was like, hey, I can do this regardless of you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And what's really crazy is all the leaks that have come out for this particular collab project. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Life is Good, Desires, and there was another one I can't think of right now. But that one's actually my favorite one, and it only leaked on YouTube.
I wanted to see Future before. I guess I wanted to hear Drake album and Future solo albums before they do another joint album again. I feel like Future kind of leaning on Drake a little bit in that aspect. Whereas I wanted to see Future come back and stand on his own and use his own, because we know you put Drake on something, it's gonna go.
Yeah.
So Drake don't need Future. Yeah. Right now, I feel like Future kind of leaning on him, and I feel like you better than that. And I'd rather hear his solo projects.
I feel like he has been better than that. I haven't. I did like Future's last project, this Help Me or Save Me joint. What's it called?
The Wizard. Something like that joint.
Was it? Oh yeah. Was it called The Wizard?
One of the last Future album I heard was The Wizard.
Maybe it was the Wizard. Is that the?
But that's what I'm saying. Like Future, he's better than that.
Yeah. But he hasn't. And I think it's like the last. Out? I think the last two albums, and I think there's something to say about him not working with Metro. I haven't heard. I don't know if Metro was involved in any of these, and
probably saving that one. Probably saving that bag for when the emergency button. I need to get back.
Yeah. Well. If that's the case, he needs to do it ASAP. I hope that relationship
He's doing it with Drake though.
He is, but there's something that Drake can't do that Metro does for him.
He give him his own way you can stand on your own. If you got Metro, you don't need Drake.
Yeah. And then Metro is there, but it's not Metro. It's not Metro's moment. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna share a space with Drake, you gotta share it with him. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't rely on him to save the song. You know what I'm saying? Or not save the song, but save your momentum. Because I do think I think it was like the perfect combo. The song started off the way I wanted to. Okay, Drake talk his shit. You know what I'm saying? People call me people call me slipping. Okay, so what? You know what I'm saying?
On, man.
Like hey, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm good now. But that's why I hope he's done with the shots, because if that's him done with the shots, I'm good with it.
But why when he take his L, it's you caught me slipping, okay, so what? But when Meek was catching his L's or Pusha caught his L's, they was trying to rub it in.
But yes. But
he want us to forget about his L so quick.
Meek's L was quite more significant.
I mean, he bounced back though.
He did. But it took a long time.
Yeah, he had to get locked up, bro.
He got locked up. He dropped a horrible diss track. He had to break up with Nicki. You know, no, it was, because his biggest song is still Nicki, the song he did with Nicki. It might be the joint he did with Drake now, but
probably the intro is his biggest song, probably.
No, sales wise, I'm telling you, it's the joint he did with Nicki, and now it might be.
We don't want to hear that shit. We want to hear intro.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I don't want to hear. I didn't want to hear that shit when it was on. I hate it. I still to this day hate that song, and that's kind of what made me start disliking Meek. Because for a long time I loved Meek. I still like Meek. But in that era of the music he was making, and that song in particular, oh my God, I fucking hated him, man. I did. I was like, what are you doing? This isn't you. You don't need this. Like, the streets got you, bro.
You ain't like that feature with Chris Brown. I think he needed that, though. I think he learned how to do girl records from that. That's why
I don't want him to do girl records.
But he needs to do that. He got to do that. He has to. I'm pretty sure somebody like Drake put him when they got cool again, or he's like, bro, you got to do this, you got to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and that's possibly true. I'm just telling you, I want to hear Meek rap, and I actually like the songs he does with Drake probably the best, not because of Drake, because Drake puts him on a different type of beat than he would normally be on, puts him on a different type of vibe, and then like you get to hear him do something besides the rap fast and yell loud and
or street pain rap.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but let's get real. The Meek's Mill intro is, regardless of sales, is his best track ever.
Test of time.
Yeah, it's going to stand the test of time. It can be mentioned in the top 5 of all the intros with The Mob by Wayne and Welcome to America by Luda.
Where you put Wayne the Mob at?
To me, it's number 1.
I knew he was gonna say some shit
It
like
is.
that.
It
is. It ain't better than intro.
It is.
I love the Mob.
Bar for bar, it is a way better song.
Okay, if
you talk about something that's gonna ring off in the club, no. But if you talk about an actual intro, yeah, the Mob is the best intro ever.
I like the fact that he used that same beat to come in the middle of the album. Did it?
Yep.
There wasn't like a little
the
thing.
fly-ins. Yep, exactly.
It's that Wayne jump definitely. That jump is on the list though.
Yeah.
If you say Wayne, cool.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna say.
That's my favorite Wayne song though.
The Mob? Oh yeah, bro. Because there's,
Yeah.
I was different. That was the beginning of Wayne's like, yo, I'm gonna take over the game.
Somebody had that as their song on the skateboard video. That shit was so hard.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That whole album, that
know,
whole Car 2 album is just phenomenal.
For sure.
But
smoked a lot of blunts listening.
See how he had direction with that album? That's what I'm talking about. Like we will get to that.
Yeah. So actually, let's go ahead. So the new Wayne album, Funeral. I know everybody hasn't heard it. Well, y'all can chime in y'all's opinion later. But since we're here, let's just address it. I felt like it was better than Carter 5. Carter 5 could have been a lot stronger if he would have taken out some of the tracks. Not that all the tracks were bad, it was just too long. But when I looked at it, this, because you know me, I'm a Wayne stan. I loved it. I loved every song. I'm gonna listen to it a billion times again. But when I look at it, I'm like, okay, this is a compilation album of Carter 1 through 4. And then I like it even more. I'm like, okay, I can appreciate it more a little bit.
What, this new genre?
No, Carter 5.
Carter 5. Okay.
It's like you get a little bit of every era of Wayne. And I was like, okay, this is a cool way to look at it. And now I appreciate it more and I can listen to it in a different light. So that's yeah, you said, yeah, exactly. With Funeral, I felt like, Wayne just wanted to be mixtape Wayne and go ahead and put it on an album. Because we've been asking him to do that for fucking years, and he just went. He went out there, and I will say some of the hooks. He didn't put a lot of hooks on songs like himself, but he was just rapping his ass off, and he gave us the shit that we love about Wayne on mixtapes, and he put it on an album. And I realize nowadays people are either putting out very short songs and short projects to run up streams, or they're putting out longer albums with a lot of songs and to make your own playlist.
Right.
So I like that. I like that because now I'm a Wayne stan. I'm gonna say it again. I like every song on a project, but I have my core songs that I'm like, okay, these are the ones that are gonna be my funeral. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to hear the ones and like, I'm going to take these 10, this is going to be my funeral. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. And it's not actually innovative when you think about it. Chris Brown's been doing it for the last 2 albums.
What? Dropping what?
He's dropping 60, 40 songs, but guess what? You like your 10 songs off of there. I like my 10 songs off of there. Yeah. And we don't got to debate over it. You know what I'm saying? I got my own album, you got your own album. And it's a different way to look at that. Because they're competing with streaming now. They're not. You can't rely on sales anymore. No matter who you are, besides maybe Eminem, and then, that's a whole nother conversation. So I like that. I mean, Mahogany is
the best song on there to me.
That and Harden are great. Mamma Mia was actually produced by a kid that we went to high school with.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What's his name?
De Niro. Well, De Niro is the one of the dudes, but Matt Canfield is the one that we went to high school with. So shout out him.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's one of the most fire songs on the project.
That's awesome.
Young Land got he's from Richmond. I want to shout him out. He got the Boom Boom Room.
Hold on, so dude be like Young Land on the track. He from Richmond.
He's from Chesterfield.
The dude who made the Black Youngster jump.
He's
Like,
he's worked with he's worked
Really?
yeah.
I ain't know that.
He owns a studio in Richmond called
Oh, that's
Defiance.
what's up.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like
Yo.
Virginia is known for producers and shit.
Yeah.
So that's what's up.
He's younger. Well, younger.
Yeah,
but
he's
like
younger.
20,
He's like 20-ish.
I thought he was an Atlanta dude.
No, I mean he stays in Atlanta working with people.
Yeah.
I mean his big break was RGF Island on Fetty Wap's album.
Oh, he did that.
Yep.
Oh, I bet. Okay.
Yep, that was his big break. He's got platinum plaques, gold plaques.
Oh yeah, I know his name. I know it. Yeah. I know
He
his
did
work.
something with
That's
my
ain't-
boy Travis.
Possibly,
once.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think that's where I heard of him.
Yeah,
Before we get off on for your Wayne jump.
yeah.
All right, so
Let's get back to that.
my thing is this. I'm at the point now I'm gonna start appreciating greatness, even if it's something I didn't really want to hear right now.
Yeah.
So, because after COVID, I'm not gonna do that to Wayne because if something happened to Wayne, I'm gonna be like, damn, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go back and catch certain things I didn't catch.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be super critical of it, but I did want to it's a lot of Wayne fans that still want to hear him touch on certain situations that we never hear him touch on.
I don't know that he's ever going to.
But we know, this is my thing, we know you can spit bars, we know you can hop on beats, kill them, do all this type of shit. That's nothing new. After a while, it's like get repetitive, and it's like, okay, when you spitting again, we know you was gonna do that.
Yeah.
But have some direction with, like you were saying with Carter.
I do think that I think this was a way for him to just get an album out. It's all him. It's all Young Money. First independent album. You know, you could see him finally getting back in the public. He was on Drink Champs. He was on what's the joint with Skip Bayless? Undisputed.
Yeah.
He did The Masked Singer.
Yeah,
Like-
I said like, okay, Wayne.
Yeah.
Yo, he's
He never
and
looks like that.
his face looks healthier. Like his dread's still crazy, but his face looks healthier. He's talking. His eyes aren't like totally fucked up. Like you could see that. Like
He just ain't drink no lean that day.
maybe not, or maybe he's just cutting down in general.
He
You know what I'm
still
saying?
had he said the double cup in the Nori interview.
Yeah, exactly. And he said, "I'd rather drink lean than alcohol." And again, I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life.
Right.
Yo, if you want to drink lean until you fucking die, that is your choice as a man. You know, you're not gonna affect. Nah, you're gonna affect my life.
That's all
When Wayne
promotion.
die, y'all better check. If Wayne die, please check on me, yo. For real.
Oh, no, yeah, you
Right,
be the first person.
please check on me. Yeah.
Immediately.
But but you're not affecting my life directly. I mean, like his family. You know what I'm saying? Like his kids. You know that stuff. He's got to worry about. All right. So to wrap it all up, I think we got to give it time. Now that he's in a better position, you can tell he's in a better position. He's in a happier position. I think the better music's gonna come. I think we're gonna start getting.
Yeah, he gonna get back on.
He's gonna start doing him, and he doesn't have to hold out the good songs anymore because the label's gonna eat off of him. He's gonna give us the good shit, and like he's gonna finally eat off his
They'll
music.
say Drake need to executive produce one. Of
That would
his
be
albums.
amazing.
That's the album we need.
We're gonna touch on and see if
I
that
think
relationship.
he's the executive producer Drake album.
Or tape. Or do
Yeah, we like to say our album is what Drake and Wayne would have made in their primes. Yeah. So anyways.
And Gotti shit was harder though. I'm just gonna say Gotti. Wayne. I'm glad Wayne back, but Gotti was talking his shit on that album. He was talking a lot of bullshit on there. He was talking about a lot of things. Like Wayne still, like you say, Wayne still will say something like, "Oh, I'd rather drink lean." He's been authentic, but at the same time, Gotti's talking on his album.
He's
shit
growing.
that people need to hear because it's just he's a different level with it now. So.
And I'm gonna wrap this up by
the
saying
beats was crazy.
every artist you go to, you have to go to for a specific thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't want to make every artist have to do the same thing because then, what are we listening to different artists for? You know what I'm saying?
But I want 40-year-old drug head Wayne though. I don't. He need a 444 too. He need
Okay.
a 444 too.
Okay.
At the way I just get old, just get old.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna come back to more discussions later, but that's the end of episode 1. I'm your boy OG. I'm here with Tony, Chris, Youth, and my man TZ behind the camera. You can't see him, but he's still there. Make sure y'all tune in for episode 2 later this month. We love y'all. Peace.
I think I'm about to say something stupid, y'all.